true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, the Director of Radio Biafra, and the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live and direct, on the 14th day of April, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran restoration websites at www.ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Triumphant from all our foes, through the crucible unscathed we passed victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet, once again on this very day, Tuesday, the 14th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015, with the time here now standing at approximately 7 minutes past 8 in the morning. We welcome you wherever you are. We are live and we are direct. We have been off the air, not off the air, I mean off live on the air for a few days, but we are back because we have things to do and we have succeeded in doing them. I welcome you back wholeheartedly. I ask you also to welcome those of them who are around you, that we are live and we are direct, and Chukwu Abiyama in heaven is our guide all the time. We welcome you wherever you are. Therefore, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, especially those of you in the far western part of this very planet, by which I mean Canada, USA, Mexico, those of you in Brazil, the ones in Ecuador, those of you in Venezuela, the ones in Chile, and also the ones in the Caribbean. We are live and we are direct, and as always, we don't intend to disappoint nor fail. If you don't hear from us live for a few days, it doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. It means that we have more urgent and pressing needs ahead of us, which we have to attend to. Therefore, once again, this very morning, we welcome you, and I will also ask you to welcome other people as well. We are live and we are direct on CHK 97.6 BIAFRA FM. We happen to also be live on satellite. So also are we online at www.radiobiafra.co. We are also on www.ipob.org. We are also on Indigenous People of Biafra.org. We are also relaying this very morning via TuneIn as well. If you download TuneIn app on any of your portable devices, you will be able to receive us. We are live and we are direct. Please go and tell your friends and your family. And once again, please, our lines will open today, later on this very morning, to be able to take your calls. We're here in Biafra land. It is past 8. In any other part of the world, it could be past 1 a.m. in the morning. It could be 12. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're joining us, we must welcome you. Without further hesitation, I will, of course, hand over all our proceedings to the Most High God Chukwu Abiyama for his kindness and his mercy upon our lives. Therefore, wherever you are, and as always, we'll ask you to please understand the essence of what we are doing, understand the seriousness and the potency of what we're embarking upon. We are praying to heaven to call down its kingdom upon the face of this very earth, that as was prayed for by Yahweh, that his kingdom will not only come here, but his will also be done here, as it is in heaven. That is why we offer everything we are today, everything we are likely to become in the future, into the capable hands of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama, to come and abide with us, to come and guide us, to come and nurture us, to come and sustain us, to come and make sure that this very project, which he entrusts upon our hands, that we execute it faithfully, to the reassurance of all that inhabit this very planet, and to the glorification of his name that is most high. Therefore, this day will not be an exception. Every Biafran family around the world, every zonal coordinator, every national coordinator, every continental rep, every principal officer of state, our COC, our head of directorate, all your servants, O Lord of hosts, we remit them into your hands, O Heavenly Father, for your protection, for your guidance, for your sustenance, and for your protection, that they may go forth to do this very work, and that they may do so diligently. There are those wishing to come to join these families all over the world. Chukwu Abiyama, you will also accept them very graciously as your children, and of course cleanse them of every impurity, that their minds may be very clear, focused, and very sharp to execute this very project which only you asked us to come to execute. We are grateful for your kindness and for your love and your mercy. We thank those who also support this very effort immensely. We thank our brother Chika and the family, and we ask you to give them strength and courage. We also ask you, those of them in Hong Kong who support, the ones in the USA who support, the ones in Europe who support us privately and very significantly, we ask you, O Lord God, for they that possess the spirit of charitable giving and for supporting your work, you will also support the work that they are doing. We ask you, Heavenly Father, to please bless them and guide them. And those that you can forgive, please try and forgive them. To those that you wish to change, please try and change them. Because everything we are doing here is not for the glorification of man, but only that your name be praised in the lands of our ancestors forever and ever. This we have prayed in no other name than yours, Chukwu Abiyama. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, the commander of all her forces, and by the special grace of heaven and not of this very earth, I will now and always remain a very faithful, obedient, and loyal servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. Our work is very simple. We have come to preach a gospel, and that gospel is unrelenting. It is unremitting. It will never ever stop coming. The relentlessness of the gospel and the underpinning philosophy is there for all to acknowledge. We don't intend to change, and we will never ever change, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of what people make of it, regardless of what the entity of darkness does. They can never ever prevail against the children of the Most High God Chukwu Abiyama. There is darkness everywhere that we know, but we have brought light. And that very light is there to illuminate. That very light represents the truth. And that very truth is what makes it impossible for us to become corruptible, because we are incorruptible. Incorruptibility is very key for us, and we must remain so. That is why this very year, our remembrance on the 30th of May, we want it to be greater than that of last year. Every zone around the world, every national, everything you're doing must be suspended and focused on one singular outcome: how we can make the 30th of May of this year better than ever. Our message is sinking in. People are now looking for us. Governments of the world are looking for us, trying to make contact with us. It is very, very important that we sustain the momentum. All of you that go out to evangelize. Sometimes you think there's only 3 of you or 4 of you. What you're doing has no impact. Believe you me, it does. It's like Tweet Tuesday today, because today we are also going to tweet. We will tweet today. And as we have said always, you must endeavor, do everything you can within your capability to tweet this very day. Emeka gave to one of our administrators on Radio Biafra London on Facebook, please, you make sure that the handles are up for people to tweet. Sometimes you think it's nothing. You don't know who this very message is going to hit. And some of you who are inclined to the teachings of Yahweh Yeshua, you will also understand the parable of the sower. You will understand that once the seeds are scattered, some fell on rock, some fell inside the water, some fell on mud, but others fell on fertile soil. And from there, they germinated, and they became plant and food for the consumption and sustenance of life for both man and animals of the field. Therefore, you don't know who your tweet handle or Twitter message is going to strike today, but you must continue doing so. You must continue to tweet. Every blessed Tuesday, you must tweet. Very, very key. Very, very important. And today will not be an exception. That is why we encourage each and everybody to endeavor or do as much as they can to tweet. It is very, very critical. Once again, I welcome you. Once again, I ask you to welcome those of them around you. If you're listening to us from Japan, from Malaysia, if you're in Indonesia, those of you in Thailand, the ones in China, the ones in Vietnam, the ones in Cambodia, the family that is in Taiwan, those of you in Australia, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're in India, if you are in Russia, it doesn't matter if you're in Israel, anywhere you are, even in Singapore, where they don't even allow you to congregate, we have Biafran families there. Please, wherever you are, you must tell those of them around you to please also come closer. Those of you in India, doing excellently well, especially the zone around Delhi. Marvelous, marvelous, exceptionally well that you're doing. And we commend you for your hard work. We commend you for your dedication. And there is nothing else for us to do than to ask Chukwu Abiyama to bless each and every one of you, both individually and collectively. Therefore, we are live this very morning. We are direct, and heaven is presiding over what we are doing. All we do here is to fulfill that very pledge. We are here to make sure that Chukwu Abiyama is with us. And so also our dear sister, Obiageli Obi, Chukwu Abiyama will bless you and your family immensely, because you're very kind. Very, very kind. Of course, very, very educated and sophisticated, but exceptionally kind. You are a very nice woman, and Chukwu Abiyama will bless you immensely. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is watching. Our lines will open, as I told you, this very morning, and when it does open, the line will always forever remain 081-738-13596. This line is with us, and he is going to stay with us. 08173813596. We are also on 09021507326 and a host of other numbers as well. And also 07064811899. I believe 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's correct. 07064811899. This is Radio Biafra. We are live. Please don't forget our inquiry line. Our inquiry line is key, and we are taking critical calls. If you have anything to say to us, if you have any support to offer, if you have anything at all you think will be of material interest in pursuit of this very noble enterprise, please, I ask you to contact this very line. It's very important. It doesn't matter where you are or where you're calling from. It is 090-907-76589. I repeat, 090-907-76589. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. What else? We are live this very morning, and once again, I must reiterate my apologies for our non-showing for the past couple of editions. Is because we had very critical things to do. And I'm sure that my deputy, UCHM4, has been very kind and making sure that everybody kept listening to Radio Biafra. The work that UCHM4 does is immense. Very quiet man, as Barrister would say, very, very quiet and very kind. A hardcore Biafran. I have never seen them come that way before. Dedicated, absolute, and loyal. Yet this work is being done. We commend him and the family into the hands of the Most High God Chukwuabiam as well for his protection and safekeeping, because the work he's doing is bearing fruit and results every blessed day. Jemefo, of course, we thank him very much for the work that he's doing for our country. This is Radio Biafra once again. I must therefore proceed. I don't know if Barrister will be at liberty to join us this morning. If he is, I will gladly, very gladly welcome him. We are live once again, and we are direct, and heaven is watching our proceedings as we must now go forth to bring you our news headlines and accompanying news summary on this very day. Today's date is Tuesday, the 14th day. Our Tweet Tuesday, when we expect people to tweet. They have to tweet. We are asking them to tweet, and we want them to go out and tweet. You don't know who is going to be affected. People, as I said, all over the place is making beeline towards us. They are trying to contact us, and the reason for that is the glorious work we've been doing, and we cannot stop nor relent. I want us to crush the enemies of our restoration effort, both within and without. There is only one way to do it: by propagating this very gospel in truth and honesty, by remaining relentless, by remaining fearless before our enemies, by speaking the truth all the time, regardless of the consequences. We wear them down, and they disappear as they have crumbled and disappeared. If you check now, very few of them, and I'm not happy about it. I need enemies. It keeps me on my toes. It drives me so that we continue to work very hard. I need people that disagree with us. We need enemies, believe you me, to keep testing our defenses, to keep shaking our resolve, to see how resolute and determined we can be. CHK is live in Aba, in Enugu, in Iguacha on 88.0. In Port Harcourt, we are on 88.0, and surrounding River State, of course. We are also in Owerri on 97.6. Radio Biafra is in Onitsha. Radio Biafra is also in Umunede. Everywhere you go to in and around Biafra land, including our capital, Enugu, we are live and we are direct. And people are getting together now to put funds together also, I hasten to add, for the propagation of this gospel around Umbisa. We want people, if you want CHK in your village, there are those of them who are well-to-do, those of them who are very wealthy. You approach them and say, this is the gospel being preached on this very platform. We want it to also get into where we come from. Also, I must mention, in Olo, we are live and we are direct also. If you ask them, please endeavor to contact us. Once you contact us, we'll tell you what to do. We will, of course, acquire this very machine. We will come to install it in your village so that people also there can participate and partake in this very enlightenment, the drowning of evil. We drown evil with the truth. Once Radio Biafra comes in, light comes in. Ask them, they will tell you. People get healed by listening to Radio Biafra. All your need, everything that you can dream of disappears once people listen to us and begin to imbibe this very gospel. We're not doing anything else. We have come for one singular purpose: to restore the heavenly kingdom of Chukwabiam upon the face of this very earth. Therefore, this morning we must continue. And as a result of what we told you that some of you did not oblige, we are reporting today that INEC, I think it's called the Independent National Electoral Commission, have now revealed that Imo State elections were rigged. Of course, they will rig it, we told you. They have the power of incumbency. I mean, the Awasa Fulani Boko Haram APC. I told you that Buhari is in power in Abuja. The best way for you to get any result is total boycott and abstention. But I'm very happy some people listened. Out of a population of where they had registered voters of nearly 2 million, not even up to 600,000 voted, according to their rigged figures, that is. That tells you all you need to know. I did warn you that if anybody goes out to try and vote, you are inviting rigging. And that was exactly what happened. Because people don't listen, they don't discern very well, they are incapable of articulation, they cannot analyze. Once you go out, you are saying, yes, we all voted, then who you voted for is irrelevant. What matters is that they will rig it. And that's exactly what they have done in Imo State. And our Fulani expansionism is continuing. But we welcome them as well, because at least it will go to show how serious we are. Because that very malam must be defeated. Very, very defeated. Of course, publicly. Not just in private, but in public. Because we know what they're doing. Sometimes they think they're very clever, they're very smart. We can rig here and there and manipulate people's opinion. That's entirely up to them. We have come to make sure that we achieve our aim. That very aim is to restore heavenly kingdom upon the face of the earth. Nobody can stop it. As the Jupu said, no force on this very earth can stop it. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't. Because this time around, we have discovered the secret formula. That secret formula is the pure, total knowledge of who we are as a people, and that Chukwu Abiama in heaven is our Father, and that we worship nobody else. And some of you worship idol, I don't. It doesn't matter where the idol comes from. You will in a Pharos, and I will tell you the truth to your face. And I have the facts and the evidence to back it up. I don't worship idol. I worship Chukwu Okike Abiama and nothing else and nobody else. Because Chukwu Kobu Obogem. That tells you all you need to know. And because he never changes. He never changes from age to age, from generation. He never ever changes. Because of that, he cannot say that he is God and then all of a sudden say, I am man. That is rubbish. Pure bunkum. Exodus chapter 20. He even went further to say, I am jealous. I am a jealous God. That was where Oyibo is having difficulties now. Because we are pointing it out to them. If you're jealous, you don't share anything. That's the meaning of jealousy. But they say, oh, he's jealous, but he's sharing everything with oh my God. How they plan to deceive, or how they have deceived humanity. No wonder they can't even sustain their faith and their religion. One day, they claim they're worshiping God. The next day, they tell you man can marry man, woman can marry a beast. A woman can do surgery and turn into a man can do surgery and turn into a woman. Welcome to the world inhabited by idol worshippers. This is Radio Biafra, we are live and we're direct. Once again, elections in Imo State rigged by Boko Haram, Awasa Fulani, Malam Okorocha, as I knew they would anyway. They can't, of course. Buhari is in power. Even if he loses, he will go and challenge it in the tribunal. They will reinstate him because the terrorist is in power. So what do you expect? We must continue. America is now coming back with a denial that they did not issue certificates to Jega, according to the U.S. Embassy, because they are under siege. Being led, of course, by Radio Biafra. We are making abundantly sure that they are under immense siege. The Islamist himself and the supporter of jihad all over the world is Obama. Obama is a Muslim. And he's doing everything he can to support and promote his Muslim brothers all over the world. And the zoo is no exception. They see the zoo as a region, or should I say, a contraption of strategic interest. They see the zoo that once they have taken over the zoo, they can command the consciousness of black people in the damnable, in fact, in the entire enclave they call Africa. That's exactly what they're doing. So it is the advantage to make sure that if you want to enslave black people in Africa forever and ever, there are very few tribes or races that you can go to. One of them is Hausa Fulani. Everybody who had the interview by Ahmadu Bello, Ahmadu Bello said, if there is no Hausa Fulani person to do a particular job, I'll give it to white people first before I give it to black people. I've been waiting for some of you to make specific reference to that very comment. Nobody has caught it on yet. This Hausa Fulani bigot said, instead of me to give work to even Yoruba, to Kanuri, to Nupe, I will give it first to a white person. I don't know. Uche, please keep playing that very clip all the time for people to understand and to appreciate what we're talking about. That in Africa, the colonization of Africa was made possible by fellow black people from Africa. That's why I call them baboons and monkeys. Because if you check the comment made by somebody who is very, very lettered, Ahmadu Bello, you can hear his English, crisp, educated. An educated black man said, before I give work to black people, I will first of all give it to a white expatriate. That tells you all you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know and appreciate about the work that we are doing here. To make sure that we propagate this very gospel, to make sure that we tell you the truth, that we educate you, that we enlighten you, that we make sure that this very platform remains the greatest and the very finest university you can ever, ever, ever dream about. That tells you all you need to know. If you're looking for a place to study, cancel your admission. Come to Radio Biafra. By the time you finish, you'll be more knowledgeable than an average lecturer in a zoo university. That's how formidable we are. Go back to the comments of Ahmadu Bello. You was very, very clear and direct. I will rather give work to a white person than to give it to a black person. That's what he said. I will not give work to Igbo people. I will give work to Hausa if they are qualified. If they are not, then we look for people like you, expatriates. And if we can't, then we can consider other Nigerians. But Igbo, no. And this is meant to be a nationalist leader, nationalizing for the Zoological Republic. That's why I say we are monkeys and baboons, honestly speaking. Black people, they make me sick. We continue this morning. Obama said he did not issue certificates to the traitors of the black race. Hausa Fulani. They are a danger to the entire black race. People don't know this, but this morning I'm telling you, go and research it. Hausa Fulani is an immense danger to the collective interest of black people all over the world. Because anytime a white man wants to do something, they go to Hausa Fulani because they know they are betrayed. Natural. We say Yoruba people are betrayers. No. Hausa betrays collective black interest. The GM crops that are killing people all over the world, where are they doing it? Is it not in Hausa land? Mrs. Clinton, Nandiotia. Is it in Hausa land now? Where else? Where they're experimenting with people. Useless, hopeless fools. Why they were made, I have no idea. We must continue. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is also watching. Iran is now creating suicide drones. They copied American drone. They said, oh, American drone fell inside Iran. Nobody knew it was Obama that arranged it, so that American drone can fall inside Iran and give Iran vital technology. People were saying, oh, Iran shut it down. It fell in Iran under reconnaissance. No. Obama put it there so they can copy, they can empty it and copy the technology and develop their own. It's now becoming very clear to everybody. These are the people that, this is according to Washington Post. Not Jews News or any other Israeli public. This is from Washington Post, American newspaper. He's now telling the whole world that the same drone Obama gave for free to Iran, Iran is now developing it into suicide drones armed with bombs to go and attack places in the whole world. And some of you are living in America, you're in Europe, your children are everywhere. When they're being attacked. In fact, Iran will not send it. They'll just give it to Hezbollah. Give it to Hezbollah and tell Hezbollah, please fire it. And that's the end of it. Look at what Obama is doing. Making sure that this very efficient, devastating technology falls into the hands of extremist Islamic groups. The world is sleeping or sleepwalking into disaster. And unless a Republican president comes in America, this world would diminish. I'm telling you the truth. You wake up one morning and you see people being slaughtered on your street, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks to Hussein Obama. Mad people. We continue. Surprise, surprise. Chibok girls are seen alive in Goza. Oh, no longer in Sambisa forest. They have moved from there to Goza. But of course, some of you and their friends around the world will believe this garbage, isn't it? Because it is intended for you to believe such nonsense. But if you have common sense and a bit of decency, you will understand that this is just fake news for what it is. This is Awasa Fulani attempting to manipulate, to gerrymander news presentation. But of course, it's a lie. That some of you are inclined to believe because you're black people. What do you know? Monkeys and baboons. All of a sudden, they were waiting for the election to be announced. And then surprise, as I told you they would. Once they elect this man in, they will go and gather some girls from a village somewhere, suffering from polio and river blindness. Assemble them together and tell you these are Chibok girls. What do you know? People from Chibok said, leave their girls alone. Nobody was taken. They have basically undermined. This was what Obama created to undermine the confidence in Jonathan. But Jonathan never knew. I warned him that this was created ostensibly to undermine your credibility as a commander-in-chief. They will say you cannot bring back the girls, so there is no security. Let's just vote in a terrorist to bring back the girls from terrorist groups that he himself formed and created. And here it is, not surprising. That is why we say things before we don't predict. We tell you things before they happen. Anybody who is a keen follower of our work will tell you that we announced it here on this platform. That one day, as soon as the terrorist is in power, they will say, here they are. The ones we prepared earlier. Here you have your... Do you know what a Chibok girl looks like? So if they go to Adamawa and bring a girl and give to you, will you know who is a Chibok girl and who isn't? I'm even asking the useless Igbo harlot or Bieze Kwesili, messing herself about with useless Alamajiri in the north. A woman who came out, became a minister by way of prostitution, more or less. Minister. Ask her, she will tell you the truth. A woman that the husband sent out to go and do prostitution so she can become a minister. She's the one now campaigning for Hausa Fulani all over the place. Is she not? If I bring out a girl from Guzo and show her, will she know who's a Chibok girl and who isn't? Well, how come they have not been catalogued? All these kids missing. Their years, their full names, and their parents. No catalog exists for them. But somehow, somewhere, idiots are running around about to be fooled once again. And you will be fooled. Are you not a black person? What do you know? We continue. They now say that Boko Haram has abducted almost 2,000 girls and women since 2014, according to another Islamic publication. That is that you can kidnap all yourselves. That is your business. Power supply falls to say roughly 3,000 megawatts. Why is power supply falling? In China, they are building one coal-fired power station every month. Why is it that in this very damnable zoological republic, everything is going backwards? Have you actually taken time to ask yourself why things are as horrendous as they are in the zoological republic? You will find that it's because you are living with people you ought not to be living with. Instead of things increasing, they are depleting. Why? Baboons and monkeys. What else? Population is growing allegedly. People are graduating. Yes. They need jobs to do. Yes. Do you need power to power the factories? Yes. For you to go to work, there has to be electricity at the company you're going to now. Have you seen anybody go to work before where there is no light? Just think about it. No, for you to get up in the morning and say, I am going to my place of work. There is no place of work on earth where there is no electricity supply. Unless you're a megad or you're working in the farm, picking fruits. If you are engaged in the service sector, which is basically the engine, the heartbeat that runs an economy, everybody, if you are staying anywhere in life, any office you go to, let me use the word office, there must be electricity or else you cannot function. Is that correct or not? Then how do you expect a country to be developed when there is no electricity? Instead of generating more megawatt, I should say, or kilowatt, when electricity there is actually decreasing. Why? Baboons and monkeys. Nothing else. 800,000 children have fled their homes in the Northeast, according to UNICEF. Everybody, these are Hausa-loving people, of course, under the instigation of the USA, being influenced. Everybody, they want to pump money to Hausa people. The terrorist has taken over. They have recovered their country or their colony. Britain has gotten their colony. Now America has joined in. At least Obama can go and say to his fellow Islamic terrorists, we now have a colony as well. You know, we have Somalia, we have Mali, we have Egypt where we are doing a very big tussle. Libya has fallen. Tunisia is going to go that way as well. Even Algeria. Everywhere is Islamic fundamentalism. Even in Kenya, they are killing people. So why can't we hand over to you the biggest prize of all? The allegedly the most populous black country. Is it in Africa or the world? I have no idea. That's the gift to fundamentalist Islam. Welcome to the Zoological Republic. Nigerian economy is stagnating since 1986. Mass unemployment, cardinal evidence. The way forward as suggested by somebody. The economy has been stagnating or has been stagnant since 1986. Mass unemployment. It will be stagnant now because there's no power supply, electric. Because for you to go to factory to produce goods and services that people want to buy, there has to be light there now to turn the engine that will make a goody-goody. Some of you who are as old as I am to remember goody-goody. That poor man's chocolate in those days, but very sweet. It's a caramel, in fact, not even chocolate. If you remember goody-goody, you know you are as old as I am. In those days. And proper hacks, not treble. I mean hacks, the original hacks. They write is black, they write something on it. If a child gets hacks like this, in fact, you even divide it into two and share with your siblings. If you remember the proper hacks, sweet. In those days. Not peppermint. What is peppermint? The hacks is the original. It's our own ice water for those that grew up in the village. There is no electricity. Therefore, there will be chronic mass unemployment. Everywhere. How can you be employed when there is no light? Is that not common sense? Is that not common sense? But we are dealing with people who are infinitely incapable of reasoning. They said the Pope, I broke up at 6. Pope, I don't know if it's Pope Francis. I don't know if my God, Madam, or I don't know where this one comes from. This one is turning Christendom upside down. The Church of Rome that pioneered Christianity, where people were sacrificed for their belief, and they said, no, we have come here to preach the gospel. As I told you, this man is actually challenging the authority of creation, by saying that they now believe in the theory of man. Big Bang Theory. He said one day, this is Pope Francis of Catholicism, Catholic Church Pope. He's saying, so you don't know what is a Big Bang Theory. Go and try and Google it before you argue or before you start crying that I'm speaking ill of your religion. And I don't give a damn. Don't give a toss. Am I speaking the truth? If it is, then you can go to hell, quite frankly. I don't care. And he said that the Pope Francis of Catholic Church is saying that God is not a magician. If God is not a magician, then why do we go to church? Expect miracle. What is a miracle? It's not magic. He's saying that God is not a magician. This Pope is in essence saying that he doesn't believe in resurrection. Everything will be made evident to all of you. White man has spoken. The Pope is saying that Adam and Eve were no, because Genesis says to us that with the world was created. Let there be light, and there was light. The spoken word. That is why you can condemn yourself with what comes out of your mouth. Somebody who is supposed to take care of every Christian, because every church came from Roman Catholicism, from Catholicism. Every church, including Anglican, is even a Catholic church. All of them, they are all Catholic church because they believe in the doctrine of the Holy Trinity. That's the meaning, essence of Catholicism. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is the essence of Catholicism, if you don't know. Every church is a Catholic church. But this one is Roman Catholicism, the birthplace of the church, where Peter was crucified for preaching the good news, as was taught to him by Yahweh Yeshua. The man now heading that very church is telling you basically that there is no God. Pope. Yeah. This is not from Radio, it's from the Independent newspaper. Very reputable and has a global reputation, writing from London. Not from Radio Biafra, please. Before you go and start grumbling to your local priest. Father, I heard that the Pope doesn't believe in God anymore. Of course, your Pope doesn't. I told you, you are following the idol worship method of white people. Oh, you know, I told you so before. This year now. Pope doesn't believe in God. If I tell you something next time, you listen. Nani, this UG. Stubborn goods, they call them. We continue. World Bank backs Buhari to probe NNPC and others. World Bank. You know, the white man has now, in a way, Jonathan actually did well, you know. It's only now I'm beginning to discover that Jonathan was actually trying to be independent of white interference. And they told him, you must get away from here. But he compounded it with idiocy and mediocrity. That was his undoing. Everybody is now coming in to help the terrorists. Because the white people have now come to realize, if you want to control black people, go for certain people. Hausa Fulani is key to them. Because they will help you conquer other people for you. They don't need, all you need is give out an Hausa man. And the rest, they will make sure they hold other people in bondage. In servitude. I told you, without Radio Biafra, you'll be blind. I'm sure you're learning this very morning. You're learning. We are giving you news. We did not write the news. We are blogging them. We are giving you the news as seen or reported by other people. So you know. Go to tribunal. INEC tells, of course, I told you that before. If you are not happy with the result, go and look for a lawyer and go to tribunal. I told you, if any of your sisters, or if anybody listening this morning is a woman, a lady, a girl, if you want to marry somebody, look for somebody that is that read law, looking to get a job as a tribunal judge. Look for a judge. I'm telling you, they will make so much money in the next 12 months. That will be money. Why? People are petitioning every judge now, every chief justice, a multi-billionaire. Before they finish, they'll buy 1 or 2 houses in Vienna. Why? Because monkeys and baboons are contesting results of an election that never held in the first place. People are being rigged into power. And Obama is giving certificate of commendation. That man, it won't be well with him. I've told people, and I've written and I've said it also, if you thought Obama was bad, wait until Hillary Clinton comes in. Then you will know. You will understand how evil people can be. You will understand how evil they can be. We continue. Motor crash have now killed, motor accident, of course, killed 85 people at Easter. Most of them Igbo people. 1 in 5 newborn deaths in the zoo could be prevented because they drink pure water. If you go to hospital now and the woman gives birth and they want to drink water, which water do they bring? Pure water now. I thought here pure water now, in a flask. Pure water. Many children are dying as a result of it because this very zoo is incapable of piping clean water to people. That is why I say they are not civilized. Oh, can't you see beautiful buildings in Ashokoro, in Abuja, in Maitama? That place, you're able to be million. The answer is no. Then please piss off and get away from my face because you're a baboon or a monkey. Where you are living in, do you have clean drinking water coming through the tap? No. Then what are you telling me about that the place is nice? How can it be? But of course, you see beauty in things that you shouldn't see beauty in. Content of character means the amenities available. That's what counts. not the physical, aesthetic appearance. It's like makeup. We continue. I take a Tom of Niger Delta said they will support Buhari according to a Yoruba newspaper, so I'm not very sure if this is correct or not. I'm not very sure. He needs to be. But you see, that is why I carpet enjoy youths all the time. I tell them, your approach is wrong. Fundamentally wrong. Some of you are Christians. You seek ye first the kingdom of God and everything else will add on to. First of all, get freedom. And then you can control whatever resource you want to control. Now, everybody who comes, any party in power, you want to join APP, any party in power. No, you want to support Buhari. But you're a freedom fighter fighting for resource control. You can't be a freedom fighter if you're fighting for resource control. It's impossible. That is why they need to change. That is why they need to come on board. That is why they need to recognize that something superior and bigger is happening in the lives of our people. We are getting together as one indivisible family. Efik, Ibibio, Urobo, Ishekiri, Isoko, Ijon, Igala, Igbo, Idoma. One as one family. That is how we fight. That's how we're going to win. Anything else? Pure disaster. We continue. Now the news in greater detail, after which our lines will open. If you're joining us for the very first time, we welcome you. Our time here now is approximately, I should say, is it 19? Yes, I think it's 11 minutes to 9 a.m. in the morning here in Biafra land. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is also listening. The news in greater detail, please. INEC staff reveals that Okorocha and Buhari have rigged elections as we told you they would. I told you a day before the election, if you go out to vote, they will use the fact that you came outside to vote. So stay indoors. They can't rig it. How can you rig something when people didn't attend? They wouldn't have the moral fiber to do it. But because some of you went out, it's my uncle, it's the turn of my village. But the 6% of you that went out, that's the result, no? Malam Abiakwazo. Now you're going to have more mosques everywhere, more al-Majri on your streets, and more Islamic conversions. Welcome to life in Imo State. An electoral officer of Oru East in Imo State, Mrs. Emmanuel Okpara, has confessed that INEC staff were forced to write results in favor of the APC by some leaders in the area. This is independently being reported, not by Radio Biafra, I'm telling you. Not us. This is Nigerian news, not us, please. They are the ones reporting it and we are blogging it, basically telling you what they're saying, not from us. We don't write news here. We blog them. Okpara, who is the public relations officer of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, made the confession while presenting the results, which showed that APC as having 11,189 and the PDP 1,878 in her area, according to Daily Times. In fact, it's even Daily Times reporting it. The governorship election of Imo State was on Sunday night declared inconclusive due to the cancellation of the results from some wards and polling stations, totaling almost 145,000. A breakdown of the votes so far showed that the incumbent, the Awasa man, Malam Rojas Okorocha, had 386,000 votes, while Emeki Huda of PDP had 305,000 votes. Abga only scored 28,238 because those of them in Abga before in the state are inconsistent. Igbo man, typical. No consistency. You come in with Abga, you run over to Awasa party. Typical Igbo man. Welcome to the world of the Malam Okorocha. Abga is now dead in the state, more or less. But due to the number of the votes cancelled, they declared the results of Imo State inconclusive. Inconclusive. And we ask you again, and we'll continue to ask you, that Okorocha is evil. If you vote for Okorocha, you are asking for Islamization. You are asking for Islam to come. And the consequences, you cannot live with it. We are telling you, when it happens, I will come on the air and tell you. Remember what I said the other time? That's all I can say to you. Do you remember? Obama did not issue certificate to Jega Atahiru Jega. United States President Barack Obama has not issued any certificate of commendation to the chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, according to the United States Embassy in Abuja. According to Mr. Robert Kurt, no longer end whistle. He's now a millionaire, oil millionaire. He came here a very modestly paid man, Ambassador N-Whistle of USA. He is now a multi-billionaire. Why? Because of his oil block. Even somebody can come from America, an oil block here. How about those that the oil block are blocking their compound, father's compound? They are begging to be security guard. Ijo youths must wake up, honestly. Resource control, my foot. We continue. According to Mr. Robert Kerr, the acting embassy counselor for public affairs, in a letter to a Awasa newspaper, they only talk to Awasa people, leadership newspaper is Awasa paper, explained that contrary to the report of Obama congratulating INEC chairman for successfully conducting the March 28 presidential elections, a letter of commendation was not presented to the chairman. But Ambassador Entwistle is here. Where is that certificate he's given to Jega? The picture is there. What is that certificate? I don't know how people can lie like this. And I hope this man is not a white man lying this way. Because white people, they lie, yes, but not as much as black people do. This UG. There is a picture rather of Ambassador Entwistle presenting certificate of commendation to Jega. They are denying it. They didn't do it. Anyway, a black man is the president. Maybe everybody can become a liar in the USA as well. Who knows? Anything is possible in this world. After all, Pope is saying there is no God. Iran is now creating suicide drones that threaten Israel, U.S. Navy as well, according to American Armed Forces High Command, the Pentagon. Do you know what is the Pentagon? The Pentagon is the High Command of American Army. That is where they lead every assault, where they defend their country from. The Pentagon. Because I think the building has how many sides? I don't know. Pentagon is how many sides? 1, 2. If you look at it from aerially, please, I need the answer. How many sides does the Pentagon have? It's escaped me. It's 5. Sorry, it's 5. Pentagon is 5. Because I know that the pentagram is got 5 sides. They start with the 5. The Star of David has 6 points. So it is 5, I think. Pentagon should be 5, is it? Or is it hexagon? I don't know. I think it's 5. I think Pentagon is 5. That building that has 5 corners in America. They have spoken that their own president is helping to destroy their country by giving drones to Iran. We continue. Iran has placed an explosive emphasis in putting military surveillance and attack drones into the sky, including suicide aircraft that increase risk for Israel and for USA. Ships in the Persian Gulf, according to a new U.S. Army analysis. Israel is under threat, USA is under threat, and also ships in the Persian Gulf is also under threat. The Iranian army is spearheading the drive for a fleet of explosive-mounted killer drones. It tested them in December against shipping targets near the Strait of Hormuz, the choke point for maritime traffic in and out of the Gulf. These are the people that Obama wants to give nuclear weapon to. They have tested a killer drone. They will laden it with explosives and then they will set it out to go and kill people. The world is in one almighty mess thanks to Hussein Obama. These are the people Obama is planning to give nuclear weapons to. Iran. A theocracy. A state presided over by nutcases, mad old men of Islam. Mad men of Islam. You want to give them drones. My goodness me. That is madness. That is sheer lunacy. We continue. Chibok girls is seen alive. But can you show me who's the Chibok girl? If I go to Amawasa, here you know where. You get you 1 Chibok or 10 Chibok girls. If I go to Obinze barracks, I can give you as many Chibok girls as you want. Do you know what they look like? Chibok girl. Oh, this is the new fraud now. They have assembled some girls and say, oh, come and say you're Chibok girls. Awasa, Chibok girls, writing physics exam. You don't go to school. And they are looking for subject to write his physics. Oh, God. And what is your name? You are wearing hijab. What is it? My name is Grace Joseph. Chibok girl. One. Grace Joseph. There is no church in their place. It's Grace. So how did you get the Christian name then? There is this black people. You make me laugh, honestly speaking. The school girls abducted from Chibok. We must read the news now because it's BBC. Ndoshi. Their people are now in power. You know, they love Awasa Fulani, the British. Oh my God. They don't play with them. Awasa Fulani, the British love them. Why? Because Awasa Fulani is the gateway to the conquest of black man. Awasa Fulani man's brain is designed to allow foreign invasion. That was how Fulani defeated them. Fulani defeated Awasa because Awasa people helped Fulani to conquer their own people. That's how foolish they are. The school girls abducted from Chibok community by Boko Haram insurgents were reportedly seen alive, according to a report by BBC. You've seen them now. After Buhari has been declared a terrorist elect, BBC, miraculously, they've seen Chibok girls. As I told you, they would. Because Obama needs justification for supporting Buhari and assembling, rounding up a few school kids and saying these are Chibok girls is what they were. I told you this before, didn't I? If you listen, we don't do prediction here. We tell you what is going to happen and it will happen exactly the same way. It's not prediction. If that is not sign enough to convince you, then you're even more loony than I had thought. Loony means somebody who has a lunatic. More than 50 of the girls abducted by militant Islamic group last year were seen alive. 3 weeks ago, a woman has told the BBC. So the woman went and asked, I thought they said they're in Boko Haram captivity. I have to analyze this news to show you how they lie to you and how you believe it. Because you are dumb. So the woman went to see the girls and asked them, are you Chibok girls? They said, yes, we are Chibok girls. And she went back and told BBC. So Boko Haram didn't abduct her as well. So she came close. Oh, or maybe she had a very powerful binoculars to look from maybe 50 miles away to determine that those kids there in Sambisa forest, they are Chibok girls. Do you begin to see how foolish these people are? They think we are, anyway, of course. And when this black people, what do we know? Boko Haram kidnapped is now, the figure has gone up slightly to 276 girls from their school in the remote town of Chibok in Borno State, northeastern part of the zoo called Nigeria, on the evening of April 14 of last year. So this is 1 year anniversary of it. So they have now seen them alive. 50 of them out of 276. So my dear BBC, how about the rest of them? Say the other 216. Where are they? Okay, maybe they'll be started very soon in London, or maybe in Exeter, or maybe started in Ipswich. You think that every black person is a fool. That's what BBC and some white people, they think every black person cannot reason. But unfortunately for them, there is Radio Biafra. And that is the problem they have. Radio Biafra. We'll tell you the truth. There are no Chibok girls seen alive. These are liars and idiots, cheats. If you believe them, that means you are even lower than a monkey, honestly speaking. We continue. Boko Haram has abducted another, in total, 2,000 girls, women since 2014. The militant Islamic group Boko Haram has abducted at least 2,000 women in the zoo since the start of 2014. Most of them are Igbo girls. No, they like Igbo girls. They put, there was one they abducted, was it in Benue? Was it in Plateau? They took it to what's the name again? The Esu of Nupe. The Esu of Nupe's house. An Igbo girl was kidnapped, taken there and held hostage as a sex slave. And there was nothing the parents could do about it. The parents went, they said, go to Alamajiri court, go to Sharia court. But the man is a Christian, he's a pastor. Can we have some independent adjudication? They said, no, go to Sharia court. They went to Sharia. They said the girl now, former, what's her name again? Is it Ihoma, now called Fatima. Igbo Atalahu. I put number one Nigeria. Yeah, that Ihoma you used to know is now Fatima. You cannot say her. She's Fatima. She's with Suleiman Ibn Fatab. It's over for you because of your stupidity. They have been kidnapping your women. What can you do about it? I've been in one Nigeria. In a lock-up shop in Idumota Phase 9. Mad people. We continue. Amnesty International said they compiled this report on Monday. They said the abducted women were forced into sexual slavery and trained to fight. I told you so. Igbo girls are there being forced to sleep with uncircumcised Alomajiri people. And they're non-agota. And they will give birth. And they will carry the bloodline of Biafra with them under Islam. I don't remember. Terrible things are happening here. Heaven knows. Terrible things are happening, and that's why this very year we must march. Terrible things are happening here to the children of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama. Terrible things are happening. And we continue. Power supply has fallen to only 3,000 megawatts every year. Power supply from the national grid again slumped below 3,000 megawatts mark for the very first time on Sunday on the back of gas shortfall and lower water supply to the nation's thermal and hydropower plants respectively. Our correspondent learned on Monday, according to Punch newspaper. There is a type of news that you read. I hate to swear, but now you want to take a gun and go out, even start from your own family. Everything that is black, you kill. We are useless. What concerns me is that some of you will believe this story. That is where I am getting very, very upset. How can you not have gas supply? The gas you're burning every blessed day outside. What is it? Is it water you're burning? Is it not gas? They are saying there is low water supply. Is rainy season, for goodness sake. River Naija has swollen. So, I can't read. No. Please, I'm very sorry. I can't read this type of news. They are trying to drive me mad this morning. Gas. Why are you not generating electricity? We don't have gas. Chineke no nyebere. So all that thing you're flaring, you're burning, if you go to Ebema to Haji, or if you go to Iguacha, Port Harcourt, if you go to Bonny, all those things, is it not gas? What type of nonsense animals are these, for goodness sake? Oh God. Black people. Black and this UG. Oh Lord in heaven. They said those kidnapped, including Igbo girls by Boko Haram. Some of you now, your sisters are in the north with Abubakar Shekau. You are proud. I'm very proud to be Igbo. One day, you know, by force. What can you do about it? Are you a man or a mouse? I said, give us weapons. Weapons is all we need. And the zoo will be burnt down. It will not fall, we'll burn it down. Completely down. The same way that the armies of Boko Haram al-Majiri fell here 300 years ago is how they're going to fall. This will be the killing fields of jihadist Islam. Then you will know that you have my God. Because right now, your God has abandoned you. Pope in Rome. Pope said there is no God. I'll get to the news in a minute. I warned you before. You thought I was joking. He never ever changes. That's how you know. Those who worship heaven in truth and honesty. Not today he is God and tomorrow he is a man. The other day he's a spirit. Mad people. They don't have connection. He cannot transform from being creation to a spirit. He can never. He cannot do it. He never changes. UNICEF said yesterday that no fewer than 800,000 children have fled their homes in the northeastern part of the zoo because of the activities of Boko Haram insurgents. UNICEF Regional Director for West and Central Africa, Manuel Fontaine, told newsmen in Benin that the number of child refugees has doubled since 2014. Fontaine said that the children fled to Chad, to Niger, and to Cameroon, and within the zoo, Nigeria. That means that organ supply, donor, will be very cheap. Because all you need to do is to get hold of a refugee, somebody without father or mother in Niger, kill the child, take the lungs, the liver, the pancreas, and ship it to India. So the people can go to India and get a cheap transplant. Welcome to the mind and the society of black people. Very evil and very wicked. Nothing is safe here. Nothing is safe. We continue. The zoo economy has been shrinking since 1986. The zoo has been announcing growth rates higher than 1% for decades. You know, they lie. I told you, you see, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a liar. Every year, the economy has grown this year by 14%. But the refinery is not working. Last year, the refinery was working. You said it was growing at 1%. Now, the refinery is no longer working. And the economy is growing by 2%. How is that possible? Where is the productivity in the economy? I want people to... That is why Radio Biafra is key. You have Radio Biafra, you go blind. Here we teach you, we enlighten you. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Jonathan, before them Yaradua, before that Obasanjo, they will tell you the economy is growing. But before you announce the result, the economy was at, say, growing at the rate of, say, 1%. And the refinery stopped working. Companies have closed down. No Golden Guinea, no ceramics, no Naija. All the companies, plastics shut down. And then the next year you announce growth in the economy of 2%. How is that possible? So basically, what this person is writing here is saying that they have been lying to you. I told you so now. It's not possible to have growth rate of 2%, 3% when the economy has been shrinking by what the eyes can see. How is that possible? How can it be growing the economy? Okay, just explain to me, please. How is that possible to grow the economy? You import petrol, you import rice. So which sector is then growing? The only two sectors you can actually control is agriculture and agro-industries and oil and gas. You are importing oil, you import gas, you export crude gas, you import refined gas in butane. Is that not correct? Is that not correct, I ask you? Tell me, is that not correct? Now, can you then explain to me how come you are importing rice, yet your economy is growing? Okay, import is growing, not economy. I apologize. Liars and deceivers. Oh, he's an economist. He worked with World Bank. Oh, they are monkeys and baboons. They know nothing. They know nothing. As somebody said, it's the economy. Stupid. That is how you know. Everything is the economy. How are you going to win election? It's the economy, you stupid person, for asking. It's the economy that is here. Today, we are announcing the economy, GDP. You know, they do money doubling here, even GDP doubling. This year, we are now the 26th largest economy in the world. But are your refineries working? No. When your refineries were working, you are in number 140. Now they're not working, you're number 26. How did you arrive at that figure? Hey, God. It's like a footballer. When you were playing football, playing a center forward position, you were scoring maybe 20 goals a season. Now you're a goalkeeper. You're telling me that you're still scoring, you're not scoring 30 goals a season. In fact, the day you dropped out of the team, you're no longer playing. The report is saying you're scoring 40 goals. You're in top form. Black people, what do you gain by lying? What is the benefit for you people? Can't you see how poor you are? The more you lie, the poorer you become. Why do you think Radio Biafra IPOB is phenomenal? Because we speak the truth. What will you do? Nothing. You will send your mobile assassin with a den gun. As somebody sent them the other day to come and assassinate me. They said I was going to be in Oka. Wazirike sent some people to come and kill me in Oka, according to them. They came there and they asked them, who are you looking for? They said, we've been asked to come and kill somebody. And the person there started laughing at them. I said, asking you to come and kill the same person who has been talking on radio. They said, give me. Is it that they're going to go back to go and warn him? They wanted to come and kill me. Lies. Lies. So look at the idiot. They want to start something they can't finish. But at least I'm glad in a way because our people have now woken up. Thanks to CHK 97.6. We're on FM. And then the monster is coming. Work has started on it. Our AM transmitter, if you are in Morocco, you can receive us on radio. The end of discussion, as they will say. I'm telling you the truth. Once we switched on. We are working on it. Anyway, wherever he runs to. The people he sent said, oh my God, are you telling me it's the man that is talking on? They said, please, that is nonsense. We don't do such rubbish. He's the only one saying what we actually would like to hear. Okwase has no place here. We speak the truth. You won't do anything about it. Because in the end, the truth will prevail eventually. This man is writing, his name is Francis Obumi. I love his piece. He said he's asking the zoo, how can the economy be growing when there is no electricity? A factory is producing, say, 4 cartons of dry milk with electricity, and then there is no light. How can they produce it? You say, okay, generator, standby gen. Okay, when during fuel scarcity, they cannot buy petrol or fuel or diesel. How can they then power the plant? Then you're claiming that they have now gone to producing 100 cartons a day. You are just lying. Unemployment since 1986 here in the zoo because they are full of monkeys and baboons. And then we go to our dear friend, the Pope. Pope Francis declares evolution and Big Bang Theory are real. And God is not a magician with a magic wand. In other words, there is no miracle. That's what the Pope is telling you. So if you don't believe that God is a miracle worker, how did Yahweh Yeshua rise up from the Jesus Christ? How did he rise up from the dead? I'm just asking people. It's here now from the Independent newspaper. Pope have said that God is not a magician. Okay, this is the beginning. It's coming. You'll be begging for Chukwu Abiyama to give you grace and you have no grace. I'm telling you the truth. People don't know what we're doing. I said we are combining 3 things into one. To liberate you, to set you free, to educate you and enlighten you, and to also bring you closer to the knowledge of Chukwu Abiyama, God in heaven. Because if you allow man to interpret God for you, to suit them, because they are blind, they don't understand Chukwu Abiyama. Only 3 people can: Israel, Biafra, and Ethiopia. Every other thing is rubbish. I repeat: Israel, Ethiopia, Biafra. If the knowledge of Chukwu Abiyama is not coming from these 3 areas, you are talking absolute garbage, rubbish, nonsense. I have the proof. It's here now. The theories of evolution and the Big Bang are real, and God is not a magician. Francis opened is a declaration. He opened his mouth and said it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama. I will go in here Obama. Yeah. In the end, we will be the custodians of the knowledge of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama. That is why, if you're an IPOB family member, you don't know who you are. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're doing. Some of you are running like, oh, we are in IPOB. We are looking for you. You people are the vanguard, the army of light against that of darkness. And it's here now, very clear for the whole world to see. They are telling me now that Chukwu Abiyama We are taught from childhood. And if you sing that song, you will know. Odega agbanwe agbanwe. Odega agbanwe agbanwe. Odega agbanwe agbanwe. Otu ode kode nambo. From time. I'm sorry, I'm not in the I'm not a choir member anymore. I'm not a chorister anymore. I used to sing when I was young in the church, Anglican church. Chukwabiama never changes. I don't know how you want me to explain it to you. How about I want more? It's your mother. What do you know? Go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. I am the Lord your God. You will serve no other God apart from me. I don't care. Even if it is the likeness of heaven. That's what he said. Even if you go and make for yourself something that resembles heaven, that comes from heaven, you are an idol worshiper. Don't you know we'll preach it here? Do you think we'll run away from the truth? Or you know nature that you are mad to run away from the truth. Never. Today. Let us see it. Mad people. The Pope has said that God is not a magician, which means that Jesus Christ did not rise up from the dead. God did not bring him alive again. That's what he's saying. I don't hold anything against him. But I told you so. Always comes at last. It's becoming very clear, isn't it? Speaking at the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, the Pope made comments which experts said put an end to the pseudo-theories of creationism and intelligent design that some argue were encouraged by his predecessors. Benedict XVI. Some people, agents of Satan all over the world, have gone into Catholic Church and is trying to destroy it from within. They're saying that God did not create Adam and Eve anymore. Well, that's what the Pope is saying. Pope, Johnny and Igbo. Not somebody reported. He was addressing people at the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. Not somebody told him. That they have looked at all the evidence. And that Big Bang is the most likely theory. And what I said to them is that if you consider the infinitum of space, there was a Big Bang. Something made that thing to explode. What is that thing? They cannot tell you. I want to take the Pope on. I am not a theologian. But as I said before, 5 minutes later, we keep walking. I am asking the Pope and all the scientists of the world of Big Bang theory, what led to the bang to bang in the first place? What was that force behind it? And I'll tell you, Chukwabiama. That is why life is infinite. Space is infinitum. The closest approximation to that in the field of academia or study is mathematics. Count 1, 2, 3 from now till you die. You can never reach the last number. It is infinite. Infinitum. You don't know the length and breadth of Chukwabiama. The little he gives to you, you cherish it. It's here now. They said it's a Big Bang theory. There was a Big Bang. Bang means the noise it makes, the Big Bang, and then there was life. Now what I'm asking them is, who caused the bang, the spark, to come into place in the first place? They can't answer that, can they? Do you know, you can never truly explain the beginning of anything or the end of it. You can't see it. If you say it is a Big Bang, something exploded, what caused the explosion? Who triggered it? Who lit the fuse that caused the explosion? You can't know. Chukwabiama, here we worship you. I never go for preach ever. Okay. One baboon said, Chukwabiama, that the white man told him, Chukwabiama is a deity. I said, it's the white man that told you, isn't it? They want to destroy our true knowledge of the Most High and give us their own. Look at their own today. They said there is no God. That's what the Pope is telling you. So go and become homosexuals. Man can marry man, woman can marry woman. You can marry your dog whiskey. It doesn't matter anymore because there is no God in heaven, in the ocean and the other one. I said at the end of the day, Chukwu Abiyama asked us to come to do one very simple work. The salvation of mankind will start from Biafra. The salvation of humanity, Biafra. 0 longitude, 0 latitude. The beginning of everything. I told you before, if Chukwu Abiyama is to come down tomorrow morning, he will go to Enugu. Did I not tell you that before? You thought I'm joking. I'm just saying it. When it happens, I will tell you. Did I not tell you so? People who don't know God, won't be talking such nonsense. All the theory about the Trinity, Catholic Church gave you Trinity to try to make God to become man, so you can worship man and not God. Who said to go now? Who said here now? Come and stand in the might of heaven. You are running, saying that God no longer exists because you don't know him. Because you altered the word of God. You cannot change something that belongs to heaven and expect to survive. You can't survive it. You can never. The Independent National Electoral Commission has asked aggrieved politicians to take their grievances to the Election Political Tribunal, where they will spend more money. At the end of the day, whoever Buhari says wins will win. I told you before, the people that will make much money out of this are those of them who are into law, judges. Hey, you know, during the flight, the nuptial flight of termites, every animal waits, including snakes, to eat the unfortunate ones that will fall very close to them. That's the thing. You know, judges are now waiting. After this now, you know, their daughters will move out. You know, I'm an school line in Switzerland or Kadekwa. From politicians. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Go to the tribunal if you want to challenge anything. Auto crash killed 85 persons at Easter. Most of them Igbo people going home, migrating like wild animals from one place to the other. And also, we are reporting today for the country that is 26th largest in the world, Africa giant. You're a giant. There is no water in your pot in the house. If a visitor comes in and says, "Can I have water to drink?" You say, "Oh, there is no water, but I'm a rich man." Are you not a fool? There is no water here in the zoo. 1 in 5 newborn deaths in the zoo could be prevented with safe water, sanitation, and clean hands. Water Aid Nigeria said. The representative is Dr. Michael Ojo. You don't have clean water, and people are dying as a result of it. Ojo, who stated this at the launch of the organization's Healthy Start campaign to commemorate the 2015 World Water Day in Abuja, emphasized that water, sanitation, and hygiene are intricately linked, and the lack of access to these basic services contributes to high mortality and morbidity rates, especially among children, people without clean drinking water. And they call themselves civilized people. And I call you a monkey or a baboon. Choose one. You are not civilized. And you don't deserve any respect. Simple drinking water you don't have. As I was perplexed by my village when I went there to advise them, that is Iyobanelu, which the white people actually used to service Trinity College. That's used to churn out pastors and priests for CMS, Church of Missionary Societies, which is Anglican, Methodist, all the rest of them. They have the same doctrine anyway. They go to Trinity College in my village. That is Obanelu. The white man built it in such a way that this clean, natural, filtered water coming from the rock, people can just stand underneath and pick water to drink. Or, in fact, they even built a pumping station there to pump the water. This is, I'm taking you way back in 30s and 40s. Do you know that water is there? And I was recommending to my village then that the best thing for us to do, rather than all of us buying sumo one each, everybody sumo everywhere, we can put it together and buy a decent sized pump. And we lay a pipe on the ground. This clean water that is filtered by nature can go to everybody's house for free. You don't need anything. It's clean, it's spring water. But it's coming out in such a quantity that we can pump it. to homes. It's one pure water factory here. But in Biafra land, if you turn on your tap, you can drink from it. We will be civilized. That I can tell you. We'll continue and then hopefully stop the death or premature death of children. Very, very sad indeed. We come to the Niger Delta, Ejo. The way we are approaching this very issue will allow it to linger forever and ever. Some people are coming out and saying they are militants. What they're trying to do is to reinforce the slave master status in the zoo. And we don't like that. They need to change. Ejo youths, we need to rise up and say no to this. What we want is freedom within Biafra. Once you get that freedom, you will be at liberty to do as you please within your area. If you want to swim in a swimming pool of crude oil, you swim in it. What they are doing right now is very, very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. I'm telling you. Let's read this news. Former leader of the Niger Delta Vigilance Movement, General Ateke Tom, has said the Niger Delta people will support the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration. He also said ex-militants, having embraced the federal government's amnesty program, would not return to the creeks. The defeat of President Jonathan notwithstanding, Ateke spoke at the weekend at his Okrika home at an interactive session with reporters. The ex-militant said he would continue to believe in the Ejo cause, even as he admonished youths, especially those from the Niger Delta, to shun violence because they have given him money. So what happens is that somebody else comes up and says, I am fighting for resource control. They give the person money. The person says, I support the federal government led by Shehu Shagari. That one goes away. Another one comes in and they give him money. Oh, I support the government led by the thief, Ahmed Tinubu. They go. That is the problem you have because you are not pursuing something that is noble. Pursuing freedom is noble. Freedom is not about money or how much money you make or capable of making or how popular you are or you can give press conference and they are not. No, not at all. Are your people free? If the answer is no, you continue fighting. That's why I love Nelson Mandela. I respect him a lot, immensely. People don't know why. But today I tell you. Nelson Mandela, they gave him every deal. I'm talking to Ateke Tom and all the rest of them. They call themselves militants. They give you money and you start talking rubbish. They gave everything to Mandela. Everything, I said. Mandela, if sometimes they open the prison, they will ask him to go. Some of you don't know this. He will ask them, are my people free? Which means, can they vote and be voted for? Once the white man says no, his lawyer will come and tell him no. He will say, I will remain here. For the last days of his incarceration, he was actually there of his own free will. He said, I will not live here. I will either die here or I will live here when my people are free. That is how you know a freedom fighter. Then a teaspoon of oil, you start to talk rubbish. The oil is straight from your father's land. From your father's land. And you're there talking and saying, I support Muhammadu Buhari. Will they support you as well? Buhari said, I will make life unintolerable for John, and he did it. They have Boko Haram. You're saying amnesty. Amnesty, what is the meaning of amnesty? You're giving me amnesty over my own. You come to my house. The kola nut tree that is there. You're giving me amnesty that I can pick one that falls from the top, but you own everything. In my father's compound is amnesty. You people don't know what you want. And that is the problem. That is the problem. You better go back to the drawing table and please rethink it. If we must be one, which I think is necessary, then this approach from looking for money from the zoo must turn to one of seeking your freedom first. After freedom, you can do whatever you like. This is Radio Biafra. That concludes our news presentation this very morning. We are live and we are direct. And also, please, when you call us, endeavor to reduce the volume or turn it off completely. Once you do so, we will be able to hear you. And I presume also this very morning that, I don't know if our Skype is working or not, we shall try nonetheless. We shall try to see if our Skype is on, and if it is, you will be at liberty as well to call our Skype line. Our lines are now open, and you are free to call Radio Biafra. If you call us, we will definitely, without hesitation, take your call. And once we take it, then, of course, you will speak and the whole world will be able to hear you. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. The time here also is 28 minutes to 10 in the morning. 28 minutes to 10 in the morning, and we are live and we are direct, and our lines are indeed very, very open. Once you call us, we will also take your call. Let us see who is calling us. Oh no, they are not. They haven't come through yet. Once they start coming through, we will, of course, bring them to your knowledge. We will bring them to your attention. Once again, we welcome you. And once again, please, the number to call remains 081-738-13596. I repeat, 081-738-13596. We are live and we are indeed direct. If at all we are going out, which I presume and I believe that we are. Of course we are. Of course we are going out. And this is Radio Biafra. Let us see. We have not been able to take any calls yet, have we? No, we have not. We have not. Our lines are not coming through yet, but I can tell you categorically that we have opened it. Our lines are now open. On a day we are reporting on the incidents to do with these very criminals, Obama in particular. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, Madam. Good morning.
Good morning, please. Your name and where you are.
My name is Sylvester. I'm calling from I'm calling from Aba.
Raise your voice. Your voice is low. Your voice is very, very low. It's gone. The line is gone from that side. It is gone, completely gone. Please, when you call us, you try, endeavor to raise your voice, please. Try and raise your voice. Try and raise your voice, please. I don't like people calling us without the ability or capability of raising their voice. We are also on Viber. We are also on WhatsApp. If you call us, we will take your call. Be rest assured. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, it's gone again. Just rings once and it's gone. I don't know if it is network. I don't know what is wrong with it. It rings and then it goes away. Our Skype hasn't come up yet. Not yet. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and where you are?
My name is Ifego. Now, I have called you one time. I want to thank God for. I'm in Aba.
Yes.
In Tony Mas area. I'm in Aba in Tony Mas area.
Yes. I know that area. Yes. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yes. So I want to thank you for all that you are doing for Biafran. But I want to make some comments.
Go ahead.
Concerning our brother, the Naija, the so-called Naija Delta, or the South, they call them South. You know, please, it is very, very necessary that we must be together with them. I like what you said this very much because I will listen so keenly. You know, for us to succeed in this struggle, we must be together. You know, so I was mad when the news was read about the man that's supposed to know what is happening, a general for that matter. So, and you have told us the truth that he's collected money, and that is true. So, I want you people, you know, if it is possible to go to these people that say that are fighting for militant, for their freedom. In other words, they are not fighting for freedom; they are fighting for their own pocket.
Exactly.
So I want you people, if it is possible, please, either you go by yourself or you send men to enlighten these people, you know, for them to know what we are into. If not, it is better for us to sideline them. If they cannot be with us, we silence them and go forward. So if they are ready for this move or for this fight, we can move forward with them. So we are not into not picking playing. We are not playing. We are in Naba. We are very, very serious about it. Only that we cannot do anything, you know, for now. So when the command is being given, you know, even if we are not in the army, we have a work to do. You know, we have a work to do as individuals. So that is what I'm saying. It is very, very necessary. That's what I'm making. That makes you understand and know what we are into. You know, the Kuba, Asere, the Kuba, and all of them that claim to be head of the Niger Delta. So that we will work together. And I know that we, as you said, that we are going to march this year. And our march is going to commence on the 30th of next month. You know, the first marching is for us to thank God for those that died in the battle for us.
Of course.
For us to remember their death. You know, that is the first march. You know, the other day somebody was asking, where are we going to march? Where are you going to fight? And you ask him how many bullets, how many guns has he contributed? Yes. And it's a very nice question. You know, and they don't know that going out and showing ourselves with this white color and making people know about Biafra and telling people about Biafra and them that have died because of this battle is one of the greatest march and one of the greatest moves that we can make even in our country and in every place in the diaspora where the RadioBiafra family are residing. So I want to thank you in all that God will help you to carry on with this march. You know, sometimes you shout and shout and shout and say, oh, the director, take good care of yourself. Don't shout too much. We are hearing you. We are hearing you. Only that people are not hearing. You know, my problem is that the militants, the people that I said are fighting for freedom, they don't know what freedom is all about. You know, they should be enlightened. It is very, very necessary for them to be enlightened. Not that if they are not ready, they should tell us, and we should know what plan we are going to make concerning this struggle. I want to thank you. May the Lord bless you.
And you too.
Abba bless you. And continue to bless your family, wherever they are, in the name of Chukwadiama. Ise.
Thank you very much. One well spoken. The first caller today. I have another one on Skype. Can you hear me? The caller on Skype. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, Director.
Good morning, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are, if you may.
My name is Uzoma Chukwudesiasim from Osu local government of Imo State.
And where are you calling from?
From Dakar, Senegal.
Thank you very much. Are you one of the family members, one of us in Dakar, Senegal?
From the area I came from. You should know that I'm a born of Poland, a born Biafran man.
That's very good. Your area is too strong, way too strong. I'm telling you, way too strong. That axis is way too strong. Go ahead.
Thank you, Director. You see, what made me to call you this morning is what the attacker of a man said. I'm not surprised of what he is saying, because their late brother, Skinsere, betrayed the Biafrans sometime years back. Now, Asare Dikeba pleaded on behalf of their people that they are redressed. They are now a kind of sorry for their past deeds. So I don't understand what the young man called Ateke is doing. Well, I believe one caller said that he has taken money, fine and good. It's to their own detriment. Good luck has betrayed betrayed them. Again, Ateke is now trying to betray them. It's for their own detriment, not for the Biafrans. He has already betrayed them. Anything good is not coming from the north. There's nothing good coming from the north.
Never.
When Buhari will start his action, there are the people that will start crying first.
I agree with you.
I'm not surprised. But my prayer is the Almighty God, Olisa Binigwe, will continue to strengthen you, empower you.
Yes, and you too. Yes,
don't relent in your fight for us.
Ever. It's impossible.
God will strengthen you. Empower you the more. Give you more wisdom.
That
is all I want to contribute. Please try to advise those people. Advise them. They are not doing good. They are doing more harm to the nation, to Biafran land.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. And remember, from his tone of voice, you can know people are strong. When they are more Biafra. From the tone of voice, you will know that these are men dedicated to their country. The caller on Skype, stay where you are. I'm going to the phone. The one on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
This is Ukebu.
Thank you very much.
for calling from Aba.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
So I'm pleased to hear your voice once more.
Thank you.
Like the issue on ground about this Niger Delta Sateke. The truth is that we should not judge Niger Delta generally because of that few people. They are actually preparing on their own. They know what has happened. You can imagine what happened to these Chibok girls. Hello?
We are listening. Please go ahead. I don't interrupt. Go ahead. If if I can't hear, I will tell you.
Yes. You can see what happened to these Chibok girls. For this period of years or months, the outside people were mounting pressure, the international community mounting pressure, these Chibok girls, everywhere Chibok girls. And when Jonathan said that with intelligent report, that nobody is missing, they all shouted on top of their voice against him. But it is clear now that nobody missed. Just a few weeks when this man was announced winner, this terrorist, Buhari, they are now saying they have seen the girls. Who are they fooling? They don't want to fool us. We know the truth. I told them before that the war or the forces that is fighting Jonathan is the same forces that fought against us during the Biafran time. And people never seem to understand. But it's good as it's happening now. But one thing I'm telling you is that the Niger Deltas, their leaders are meeting. I'm sure of that one. And they are coming up to stand where we stand. The only thing that after this election, the truth that their camp was in disarray for some reasons. Because most of their leaders went to Abuja and collected money. And the boys were somehow disappointed. But today they are coming back to call these boys. They are in a serious meeting, finding a way to put things in order. But what we are saying in effect is this: everyone that is born of Biafra should come up and let us put ideas together and move away from this mess. What people are saying now is the beginning of sorrow. Because this man is not coming to provide solution to the problem of this country, no way. He's coming to execute, to implement their plans.
Exactly.
Made already.
Exactly.
So if anybody thinks that Buhari or whatever he is called that will come to save this country, is dreaming. So what we need to do is to hasten up in our own plans to move away from this construction, move away from this criminal enterprise called Nigeria. Nothing good will come out of it, whatever. There's in the news about Pope. People, very soon their eyes will open. We were deceived. And of a truth, they design it in a way that we will never know the truth. And thank God for RadioBiafra and for these teachings, because the time for God to do his work has come. And that is why all these things are coming up. The nation that is going to show light to the whole world is Biafra. Then the kingdom of God, which is to be restored back to this earth, it was restored in this our part of the world, Biafra land. By the year 2001, 19 Americans came to Enugu. They say they came from their ministry, that they saw a revelation where kingdom of God left his abode in heaven and came down to this earth.
Of course.
And we were watching it to land in America. The kingdom of God moved away from America as a tabernacle and came to the east and settled in Nigeria in the east.
Of course.
They came to Enugu looking for where the kingdom was restored. They don't know that the kingdom of God is not physical. The kingdom of God is not flesh. The kingdom of God is spiritual. It's a revelation. It's a spiritual building a man. It's power, it's authority, it's knowledge, it's wisdom. And that is the kingdom we have received to enlighten the world what is going to happen in this end time. So I'm so happy. Then there's another thing that happened, the news that came up last time. Maybe people must have forgotten that news. That Buhari or federal government was about to send plane to go and evacuate people from Yemen. And people will just look at that news on the periphery. Who are those in Yemen to be rescued? These are jihadis, people that were sent to go and learn jihadis to come and fight eventually if Buhari did not win election. And they were sent to Yemen. If Nigeria know how to evacuate their citizens from war or trouble areas, let us ask Babangida what happened to Nigerians in Liberia when the Liberian war started. We have over 10,000 Nigerians in Liberia. They were not evacuated. and nobody knows what happened to them. I'm telling you that almost all of them died in the camp, because when the war started, Samuel Doe came to Nigeria and finalized his arrangement with Babangida, and he left. The week he left Nigeria, they caught him and killed him. Instead of Babangida sending troops to go and evacuate a plane, to evacuate Nigerian citizens in Liberia, he sent a bomb, started shelling the country. And this man, Chancellor and Johnson, said, okay, this man, you don't care about your citizens, all you care is to fight us because of interest, because that's the university there, because of interest. So what we do, we are going to kill all Nigerians. They went to the Nigerian embassy and gathered all the Nigerian citizens. Did any of them come back alive? But today he has sent a plane to go and evacuate people from Yemen because these are jihadists. We know what is going on. So everybody in Nigeria, in Igbo land, in Biafra, in Esik, in Akwa Ibom, this is a time for everyone to come up and let us fight this thing together. People might be wondering, why is Port Harcourt not calling like Aba? The truth is that the FM in Port Harcourt does not cover the Port Harcourt town. I've been there. I've taken a survey. It only covered a section. Very soon, when it will start speaking in the heart of Port Harcourt, you will see what is going to happen. Because with meetings and arrangements going on there, they are even eager because they don't know where to start again. So we are going to show them direction on how to start this struggle again. So I'm so happy for what is going on now. But of a truth, Nigeria can never be as it is, can never remain the same, can never be one again. So you can never use clay and iron and mix it together. It can never be. So it is high time we all stand up to exercise our right to freedom. Because until we do it, we will remain in bondage. Until we do it, our children will be in bondage. Until we do it, our land will remain in slavery, under the hands of uncircumcised. Man does not die 2 times. It is time we wake up and take our destiny by our hands. So here in Aba, we are working on our own. We are meeting a lot of groups, both in Igbo land and outside Igbo land. But what I'm telling everybody that have seen the revelation of this kingdom of God, that have seen the revelation of this Biafra, is to wake up. Don't be afraid. Don't fear any man. Let us do it. It is not you that is in it. It is the Lord that is doing it. And that God that have started this work will bring it to a perfect end. So I'm happy for what is going on in IPOB, here and outside, because I'm still in contact with my people in Dubai. I'm also working here as a member of this family. So very soon, we are going to see something great. There's another thing I will like to chip in concerning, but that one will be private. I will, concerning our 30th May, because we are going to do it to show the whole world that Igbos will know how to respect our dead. Because in my community, if we are to bury somebody who is part of the community, we give them respect. We stay at home. We do everything to respect them. I think that is how it's going to be in Biafran land in this year celebration or anniversary or remembrance of our fallen heroes. So, Director, I say, may the Lord, may Chukwu Abiyama, who has revealed himself to us, because that is something he told Moses. When Moses approached him, he told him, come close. And when Moses now knew that this is the true God. So, Chukwu Ebianso Imanaya. So, may that Chukwu Abiyama that have brought us so far continue to guide you and guide your family and guide everyone around you until we all enter into this promised land, which is very close to our faith. So I say, may God bless every member of IPOB and bless every Biafran. Amen.
He say, and well spoken. You have spoke excellently well. Excellently well. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please turn your system down, your name and where you are, if you may.
Yeah.
I'm
calling from Belgium.
From Belgium, turn your system down or move away from it. Turn the volume of the radio down because it's interfering. Which part of Belgium are you in?
I'm in Antwerp.
Antwerp. Did you go to the meeting? Where was it? I think Antwerp met either on Easter Monday. Did you go to that meeting of Antwerp family?
Yeah, it's on Easter Monday, but I have some activities in the church, so that's why I didn't attend, but I'm following up.
Which church do you attend?
I'm attending Roman Catholic.
Which church is greater than Biafra?
No church. No church.
Why didn't you go to family meeting? I'll ask you again. Why didn't you go to your family meeting where you know that Chukwu Abịama also is praised? Why didn't you go?
Yes, I know. One of our brother too from Biafra, the one that introduced me to the Biafra, her first daughter was doing a baptism that very day.
Okay. It's okay. It's understandable. You've explained it very well. Thank you very much. Please go ahead. What is your name?
Yeah, my name is Chief Kingsley Orodeblan from Orodo.
Thank you.
In Biafra.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. It's one of our Biafra brothers from Enugu State. He's one that introduced me to this Biafra. And since I was listening to this Biafra radio, it's like I'm back home. And the whole things we are planning, I was in Holland for 19 years. We tried to organize something to United Igbos in Holland. But I'm thankful that before I left Holland 2 years ago, come to Belgium now, our chairman there is still in power of this Biafran, and I'm so happy about it. And when I came here now, I see that Belgian people too have a serious meeting about it. So I'm very, very happy about it. And now this guy now introduced me again in this studio Biafra. I was listening all your speech. Oh my brother, may Almighty God give you power and strength, more power and more knowledge to continue what you are doing. I wish this thing can happen today, tomorrow. Only if I have anything to contribute on this, I pray to help and give me more strength and more power to fight for this thing. Anything I can contribute, you will hear from me any moment from now about this. We really need this fight to fight, because we are like slaves here. We are just like slaves in white man country.
I know.
Leave our home, come here to serve. White man supposed to serve us, but we are serving them here like slaves because of the way our people sold our right to them. So I'm so happy when I hear this Biafra issue. I'm just like, oh God, our suffer is coming to an end.
Thank you very much.
I thank Almighty God to be power, give you more power, more coverage to cover up your family. Anybody that's taking anything to harm you, I think that person, Jehovah Biama will handle that person and punish that person that will even think, not even to do, to think anything that will harm you, my brother. Our Almighty God will fight for you. Almighty God is doing it. It's not you. It's not your power. Almighty God power. I'm so happy. I'm so glad about it. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. May Chukwu bless you immensely. I have a caller, I presume, on Viber. Can you hear me? The caller on Viber, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are calling us from this morning.
My name is Cyril Ona. I'm calling from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
The Financial Secretary of IPOB in Hong Kong.
Family meeting in Hong Kong. You are our Financial Secretary of the family meeting in Hong Kong. You're welcome. The world is listening. Please, you may proceed.
Okay. Director, I'm very, very happy to speak with you this morning.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank you very much, and not only thanking you, but thanking Chukwu Abịama for making it possible for you to pilot the affairs of IPOB. Chukwu Abịama will bless you immensely.
You say, and bless you too.
Yeah, I want to contribute on the issue of Naija data, the Ateketomi, and so on and so forth. I just want to chip in something, just a suggestion, if I may. Director, why can't we IPOB worldwide just draft a letter to these people and know their mind. Or you can send delegates or you meet them one-on-one to hear from them, because their story is not good for us to be hearing every day by day. How can somebody looking for resource control, why your land is decimated? I can't understand these people. So I'm in an opinion that if IPOB worldwide can draft a letter to this their commanders and listen to them and know what exactly what they need. If they are not serious, then we march forward, because what God have ordained it. Whether Niger Delta or Niger Delta, what God said that will happen must happen. I listened to you, I follow the news. At times I got some revelation, but it's not every time we come on air to say that kind of a thing. I know where we are going. Biafra is here with us. What you are doing is just a fulfillment. But some of our people don't understand. They are not seeing in the spirit. All your news and your analysis is channeling to what is already there, but they don't know. They don't know you. They don't know who sent you. But some of us, some people knows, and those people are not relenting. Director, I don't have any much to say, but if you can abide in this opinion, to send letter to them, or to meet them, or to send delegates, send your men to them and hear from them. Thank you, Director.
Thank you very much, and we are doing that already as we speak. We are doing so. Thank you, our dear brother, our financial secretary, all the way in Hong Kong. We are everywhere in the world. Everywhere we are in there. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Yes, please.
Director, good morning. This is Monachim calling from Apambato.
Thank you. What is your full name? Your full name, including your surname? Monachim, what is your full name? Your full name.
Monachim Iranya, calling from Apambato.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, Director, I want to thank you for the job you are doing in our radio station.
Thank you.
Hello? Yes.
Go ahead.
Director, yes.
I don't understand why. I didn't stop it. The line went off its own accord, not me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Whilst I try to get the person back on Skype. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
I can hear you, Director.
Thank you very much. Please, your name and where you are.
Yeah, I'm calling from Onitsha.
Yes.
My name is Onwara Wankwo.
Onwara Wankwo, thank you very much. The whole world is listening. Please go ahead.
Director, one of my friends in where we are staying in the market opened his phone yesterday and showed me a picture of where Watrika meet with Dokubo.
Yes.
And but there's no other news. But they just showed me that picture, and I was surprised. So the boy was asking me, I'm the one that convinced the boy about this BIAFRA issue. So yes. The boy was somehow confused. So I said, let me call you and ask. So
why should he be? I don't understand the confusion. Don't you know that Asare Dokubando was signed a memorandum of understanding before to support one Nigeria? Are you aware of that?
No, sir.
I'm telling you now. Go and find it and Google it if you want. Go back to the same person showing you that picture and ask the same picture. So how come there was no televised comment, no video comment coming? It was just a statement that they allege. You know, let me explain something to you and others listening. Ifajan of our time, Raphael Owazurike, is a master deceptionist. He's a deceiver. What he's trying to do, let me tell you. He knows here that we've been talking about Asare Dokubo and trying to work with Niger Delta. So what he did was to go behind our back and sent out a picture that he took and said, oh, can't you see? Asare is talking about us. I want you to understand this man's tricks. That is what he does. Has he ever before? Please, let me finish.
Because I told the boy that is counterfeit.
Of course, it's counterfeit.
He don't think that must be opposition.
Of course, it's counterfeit. What our people don't understand is subterfuge and deception. Or was Rilike convinced some people a few days ago to go to Oka, incidentally to go and assassinate me in Oka? When they got there, they told them that the person they are coming to assassinate is me. They said, oh, they got... I don't know, I have a cough this morning. They got upset and said, oh no, what type of... that they're going to go back to him to go and warn him. The man is a liar. And if we leave Asare Dokobo now and start to talk about somebody from Efik, he said we'll talk about the Obong of Calabar, that we've met him. He's part of us. He will run to Obong of Calabar and say, please, can I take a picture with you? And then say that that you are part of what we are doing. That is the way the man is, to confuse those who are foolish and gullible. One thing he doesn't understand is that we are consistent and he's not. At last, we are forcing him to try and be proactive, but it's too late for him, as you can see. It's a lie and it's a fake. Everybody knows that. If he went to see him and they issued a joint statement together, why did they not video it for the world to see? Simple as that. This is Radio Biafra. People can lie to you, but Obama didn't even deceive me. All of you were deceived by Obama, weren't you? I saw the man and I knew this man was fake. From day one. I knew from day one. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Director, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Innocent Owele. I'm calling from Bo Onitsha.
Oh, thank you very much. Very strong. Oh, it's too strong. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I want to make some comments this morning, some news I heard, and the thing was so devastated in my mind. Because Director, this is a kind of being an advisor. Because these Niger Delta people, it's not that the role they played during the war, who is the Hausa and the Yorubas to stand the Igbos. And I'm still seeing the same signal, sending. Because I don't know, before we can march, please, let us understand these people, Niger Delta, let us understand the stand. Because let's know what happened before, repeat himself again. Please, we should understand these people, we should understand the stand. I don't know what is wrong with these people. A tale God giving to you, you are dragging it with somebody giving you a peanut and you are making noise about it. So, my director, please, let's understand these people, let's understand their stand, let them know where they stand before we can march. So that what happened before will not happen, will not repeat itself. If not for the role they played during the war, who is that? Who is the Yorubas? Who is the Hausas? That cannot fight 24 hours? I know they don't have that strength to stand 24 hours. And the clips you will be playing for the Southern of Sokoto and so and so for what the media. When I was in Kanu, they play it off and on in the radio, in their television, in the Kanu, and it's not a new thing to me. I had it over and over again. And I think they have said it all. Time will tell. And let's see if that we are not learning from our mistake. We shall prove the world wrong this time around, because I think time has come. And the God, the chief of them himself, is in the heaven. We are not doing this by power. We are not doing this by power. Neither you or any other person. God is organizing, not by power, not by power of man, not by power of everything. If you watch your program, 100 people will call, only 2 or 3 people will be against what they are doing. Then means majority still carries the votes.
Of course. And when people don't call to complain or to disagree with us, I even worry. Because, yes, you need people to oppose you. If your body's immune system, for your body's immune system to work very well, they need enemies coming to attack the body all the time. They prepare themselves. Yeah. I'll give you an example, my dear brother, because I follow nature very well. For your body, in fact, even vaccine, for instance, when they vaccinate you, they are putting into your body a weakened version of that very disease that is about to come and kill you. What it's doing is to tell your immune system, these are the diseases coming. Go and attack it. If you see this disease, please pursue it. That's exactly how life is. When people don't test your defenses, when they don't come against you, you become complacent. So we welcome them. People that disagree with us, we welcome them. When somebody is critical, I love it. Because through that, you learn to be on your guard all the time. Thank you very much. Continue.
I love your faith, and because when you're doing something, nobody criticizes you, that means what you're doing, you cannot learn, you can only learn from mistakes.
Thank you.
So let me edit that way, and to obvious the question, And my director, that woman, I don't think it's a wayward woman. His father is Obasanjo. There's a man in the Kanu who was telling me a story about the man. That man is his father. That lady. Her father is Obasanjo. Obasanjo gave pregnant to her. So no, yes, director, look her face. She's a carbon copy of Obasanjo. Look her face. You can investigate what I'm telling you. This man is an elderly man. He's almost 90 years, and he was telling me the history of this obvious person. He said, "What do you expect?" When he was criticizing Jonathan and so on and so forth, the man was telling us, "What do we expect?" Her father is Obasanjo. What do you expect from Yoruba blood?
But I told you, hold on. I told you people before that anybody, I have no reason to doubt what you're telling me. Anybody, I'm telling you, even if it's your brother or your sister, if that person is vocal, come out plainly to say, I am against anything Biafra. I work for one Nigeria. Go to your mom and ask your mom to be honest with you. Or I'm telling you the truth. That person, I'm telling you the truth. Before heaven and earth, I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because that person cannot be let me tell you how you know a Biafran. They believe in autonomous community, which means they believe in freedom. Every genuine Biafran believes in freedom. As simple as that. Please go ahead.
So don't bother yourself about what the president and so on and so forth. This is the one way woman in the Biafra. I think we should start ignoring some. That woman is as ugly as Obasanjo. Doesn't know her stand, doesn't know where she's coming from. And the Yoruba blood is 80% in her body. So whatever she say, I'm not looking at her. I'm not seeing her as anything as ugly as Obasanjo. And whatever she say, please just sweep it under the carpet. She's just looking for an opportunity for minister, whatever. Because that's what she's good at. Obasanjo created to her and the due process woman or whatever and so on and so forth. So, my director, just keep your and please let's know the stand of this Naija better before we can do anything, so that what happened before will not repeat itself. Thank you and have a nice day. I remain blessed.
Thank you very much, and you too remain blessed as well, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. This is Radio Biafra. I welcome your call. I love it, and it has gone a long way to corroborate what we say here on Radio Biafra. If you're against Biafra, you are not one of us. Or be as a person. No one does. We told you so. In the end, the truth comes out. I don't know. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you, my director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
I'm calling from Enugu.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Please, director, for long now, I want to call you, but I'm not getting to. But the reason, what I want to chip in is that... Hello?
We are hearing you. The world is listening. Go ahead. We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to be contributing money, but at the inquiry line, I've been calling it is not going. And secondly, there are some people I have convinced, even if this tight money they are giving to churches and the contribution, we can make it here. I'm giving it to our Biafran life, being our religion. So it can help in some certain areas. And the number of the coordinator, in Enugu, I don't have it. I'm trying to know how to get it.
Which part of Enugu are you in?
I'm at Independence Layout.
Independence Layout. Then, because of the way you have spoken, nothing stops you from coordinating Independence Layout whilst we wait to harmonize things with the overall Enugu coordinator. Because of what you have done and how you have spoken. I have your number here. Your number ends in 696. Is that correct?
Of course.
Then, from now, this very minute, that part of Enugu, I don't know if it's Enugu North or South or East or West. I don't want to know.
It's Enugu North.
You are the coordinator of Enugu North. Go and coordinate it. From now, I have your number here. What is your name again?
Ikechukwu
Ibe. I know. Ikechukwu Ibe. Thank you very much. From now, this very second. So rather than looking for coordinator's number, people should be looking for your number. Start coordinating where you are. At the end of the day, by the time you keep coordinating, you go and jam Enugu coordinator somewhere. Start working. We don't have time to waste. Start working immediately. I have your number here, which I will pass to Biafra Land coordinator and also to Enugu coordinator as well. Enugu is very strong. We know that for sure. I'm going to pass your number to them. Don't worry. Start coordinating now. If you want any assistance or help, the numbers will be provided to you. But from this very minute you start coordinating, I will endeavor to speak to you immediately after the program. I'll give you some details so you tell people. Anybody going to church and giving money to church, you are wasting your time. You are in fact, you are encouraging the slavery of your people. If you don't know what to do with your money, please buy food and send to motherless babies' home. Go to your village and look for women without husband. Go and give them money. You are paying your tithe. Going to a church and giving tithes to the church, please, you are making a very big mistake. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother. And the second, the Enugu radio station is not speaking. I'm only loading on my iPad.
Enugu is back on? Since when is Enugu? I mean, Enugu was back on now.
Yesterday in the morning and evening he speaks, but within a short period he treats off.
So you've not listened to, when was the last time you heard it? So we know that Enugu is giving us concern. I don't know what's happening. When did it last go off? When?
It's yesterday in the morning, around 11, 12, I heard it last.
And up until now, Enugu is not broadcasting?
Now, he's not speaking. What I'm hearing, what we am receiving, you're saying is from my iPad, from internet.
From internet, okay. We are going to try and, it's I don't know, somebody said it's a spiritual attack. on Enugu station. Do you know, Enugu is the only station that gives us this type of problem. Honestly speaking, the rest are okay. There's no problem. It's the same equipment. Everything is the same. Only the relay station at Enugu that's giving us problem. We will try and rectify it. We will try and do so. And I have ordered them because last week I was very upset that Enugu was off for a while. And our sister sent us money, albeit to try and fix it. And we fixed it. It was working. All of a sudden, now we're getting this. We know what the problem is. It's because where it is very windy. If the wind blows, the pan moves. And once the pan moves, it doesn't track anymore. It can no longer get the direct sight to satellite in space. So that is the problem. What we're now going to do is to try and make sure we move it from there, put it in another place, or we secure it in such a way that it can no longer move. That work will be done today, not tomorrow. So Enugu will be back on ASAP. There is nothing wrong with the machine. Everything is fine. We have everything in place because we fixed it. We've rectified the problem. Now it is to make sure that the pan doesn't move away from where it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
May Chukwama Abiyama bless you and guide you on all you are doing.
You say? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Barrister is calling us, and I have not been able to take Barrister's call, but we are going to do it now. We want to make sure that Barrister joins us. We want to make sure that he joins us. Barrister, please, if you can call us, I will be most grateful. Barrister, you will feed on only one channel if you were to come through there, please. Or please, Barrister, I know you're listening. The line you're calling on is only on one channel. Barrister, the line you're calling on is only on one channel. It cannot be able to allow me to carry your voice to the whole world. Some will hear you, some would not. Barrister, can you hear me? Barrister, can you hear me? That's the problem we're having. We cannot. This particular line is faulty. You will not be able to hear us, Barrister. You can't, unless you come to me via Viber, please. That particular phone number is not working, Barrister. It is not working. Thank you. It is not. I can hear you very well, Barrister. I can hear you, but the world cannot hear you. That is the problem. Please try Skype as well. Please, Barrister. Barrister is trying to get through, but cannot do so. The caller on the phone has gotten through. Your name, please, and where you are.
My name is Chukunonyerem from Owerri, from Umanyala.
Thank you. What is your full name, please? Your full name?
Chukunonyerem Chiwoba from Umanyala.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Director, all this while, the radio has not been speaking in my area, in Owerri. And we are like people that are in a pit without light or something like that. But now I'm very, very happy that I'm now back. I'm now alive. Because I was dead all this while when I was not hearing RadioBiafra. But now I'm alive. Thank you very much for starting this station, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Director, I always feel pain whenever I listen to other stations. But whenever I'm listening to Radio Biafra in my life, I feel so happy. That is a please.
I can't hear you. We have lost you. We have lost you. Possibly the network. No wonder people are sad. Honestly, this place is indeed a zoo. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, sir, Director.
Good morning. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu from Aba.
Thank you. Please go ahead. Turn your system down. Please go ahead. Turn your radio down. Go ahead.
All right, sir. I'm the coordinator of Umode Zone. So,
wonderful.
I went in there on Sunday. So, it's not there on Sunday. So, I was sent somewhere along Intia Junction side to go and inaugurate them. So, when I reached there, reinforced and all that. So, many people didn't come the station. Then I meet the coordinator there. So, I spoke to him. So, he said that the radio station is not getting there. So, that is why that the people that he wanted me to elaborate is people within that he convinced that he used to listen to satellite. Mm-hmm. So he used free on air. So I now talk to him and they organize something. People there from there if they contribute anything at all, so that we can come and help them, so that we will insert the radio station within that house.
Yes, anything that can contribute towards it, then we will make up the difference. There are Biafrans all over the world. I can appeal to them. I can go to them and say, these people have contributed XYZ amount, give us the remainder, and they will give it to us. So people should go, if they want station somewhere, they should contribute as much as they can, and then we meet hardcore Biafrans all over the world, and then they'll make up the difference.
Okay, sir. So on Sunday, I will also be going there. I told them that we will help them to, if there will be any square that we can start that free to air, so that they can get that one from that side. From that side, they can generate people from that side. So that is what he said, that if I come on Sunday, this coming Sunday, that he will tell me they are different. So I just want to announce my number. So any person around Umoda in Aba should contact me as a coordinator.
Yes, thank you very much. Go ahead and announce your number, please. Go ahead and announce it.
All right. My number is 080 35 58 0824. I repeat, 080 35 58 0824.
Which area is this, please? Which area in Aba once again is this? We want to know.
I should call my number again.
No. Which area are you coordinating again? The name of the area, so people don't get confused. Which area is this? Hello? No, I don't think you can hear me. I wanted him to tell us the area he is coordinating. And every coordinator, remember, you must be placed on oath. You take an oath of allegiance. You take an oath to Biafra. If you will do anything to subvert, to shortchange the restoration of this very effort, you will die and your family will die. Aman nagigechi. You will swear. You will swear it. Anything that you do that will bring dishonor and shame to Biafra, you will die, and so will your children and your generations unborn. We don't need traitors here. We don't need traitors in our midst. Never. Those of you coming over from Masop to join us, you are welcome as long as you've not been involved in kidnapping and in killing, in murder. We don't need you amongst us. Go and follow your master and prepare to die with him. But if your hands are clean, your conscience very clear, you joined that rogue because you wanted Biafra to be restored, then we can welcome you back. You can come to where you know there will never be disappointment. Never. Never, because Biafra is coming. I know that one for sure. I don't need to be convinced by anybody. It's certain. If you like it or not, it doesn't matter what you do. It's coming anyway. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Are you talking to me? Good morning.
I'm talking to you, please, and good morning to you. Your name and where you are?
My name is Nnaka Abazie, once again from Detmold, Germany.
from Germany. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's about Wazirike trying to harm you. I have a portion from the Bible, the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, 14 to 17. And please, can I read?
Of course you can.
In thy righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon, that is verse 17 now. Yes. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, said the Lord. Wazirike can try whatever he wants to do, but he will never see you. No matter, are you hearing me, sir?
Live and direct, please go ahead.
No matter whatever, no matter all his effort against the movement of the people of God, he will never prevail. I thank you, my director, and I thank God for giving you the strength to do this work. And the Bible says that no weapon fashioned against you shall prevail. And I believe the word of God is true, and the word of God is forever. So don't be afraid. God is with you. Chukwa Biama is with you. And I believe with God everything is possible. One with God is majority.
Of course.
So you are surrendered with the angels of God. The enemy shall never harm you. Keep on. We are behind. We are with you. And I believe that every Biafran is with you. May God bless you.
And you too.
And stay well. In Jesus' name.
He said, thank you very much. I know Barrister is listening. This very number, please, is for Barrister alone. I think I have to give it to our admin to please send it to Barrister, for Barrister to call to join this program this very morning. This number, please, I am sending to admin is for the Barrister, is a dedicated line for Barrister alone to be able to join this very conversation. It's important that he speaks live on air. Please, that very number is for Barrister. I'm asking them to please send to Barrister. Please, Barrister Mamezu has that number and should be able to get through to us via that very number. As simple as that. So in the next few minutes, Barrister will be with us. That I know for sure. That I know for certain. We are live and we are direct, and heaven is listening. My dear brother, thank you very much for that. I love what is happening. Because if he sends our people to come and kill me, and they come to kill me, then it means that what we are doing is in vain. But the people that he sent realized it was me. He asked them to go and kill, and they said he's mad. They started fighting amongst themselves. Now they understand the truth. And as they said, for you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's all. It's Yopus also. There's no other, there's no other medicine, no medication. It's Yopus also. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you are, please.
Okay, Obilo Mwamo, Elder.
Elder Obilo, one more. Thank you very much. Where are you calling from?
Yes. I'm calling from Osisioma. Near Aba.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Osisioma near Aba.
I know Osisioma very well. I was there a few days ago.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I am at the New Park.
New Park, I know it. Thank you.
Okay. I have some passages, just 2 passages from the Bible. I read Deuteronomy for you in particular. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 7.
Yes.
Should I go ahead?
Of course, go ahead. We are the children of God. Go ahead.
The Lord will grant that the enemies who rise up against you will be defeated before you.
You say?
They will come at you from one direction, but flee from you in 7. That is 7 directions. Take another one. The same Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. This place encourages you. It says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes before you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Chukwuabiama is going to bless you.
You say, and you too. And you too.
Look, I have a suggestion to make.
Go ahead and make it.
Concerning our Niger Delta brothers, particularly those in Port Harcourt. I don't know, or I don't want us to start marching all together, whether we are carrying whatever we are carrying, to demolish this zoo. And some people are behind us, firing at us. I foresee a situation, something like that will happen. But there is one thing I want you to do with them. These names, these Igbo names that were changed immediately after the war, like Obiigbo. Obiigbo is known as Obiigbo, and it was changed to Oyibo. Rumokute.
Yes.
Rumokute was sent to Rumokute, and many of them like that.
Adolu. Krushi.
Yes. Rumokrushi.
Pricom. Yes.
Named Rumokrushi. If they say that they are with us now, these names should be reverted to their old names. If they say that they are with us, this is why what will be done. Even those in Calabar, those in Akwa Ibom, we know that they exactly mean what they say, and they will start coming back. Others will also come back. That is that. Another thing is, I call the Aba zonal coordinator.
Barrister has joined me on Viber, and I'm going to him in a second after this. Please finish what you're saying so I can go to Barrister on Viber. He's with me on Viber. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Should I continue?
Continue, please. Go ahead, yes.
Okay. I called him on Sunday. He gave me a place I should come and meet. It is very far away from Osisioma. And I have started organizing a family meeting, IPOB family meeting here at the New Park. I have started it.
Very good.
And I have gotten at least 7 members right from yesterday.
Very good.
I've gotten at least seven members, and we will meet very soon. In fact, I'll give you my number. You can, if you want me to call this number now, so that others around Osisioma can come and join. I will do that.
Do so. Go ahead and do so.
Okay. My number is 070-6409-4407. I repeat, 070-6409-4407. If I receive a call with regard to this Biafra family meeting, I will answer and I will direct. So that notwithstanding, I will still go to get the zonal coordinator and let him know that we have started something here, because it's important. We go through him, start here. He knows that his members are also here, so that whenever anything or any call is made, we will receive it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
May Chukwu Abiyama be with you.
And you too.
May Chukwu Abiyama bless you. I was with you last Friday, and the one who told you I'm a veteran, among the people I have received here, there are 3 veterans.
Yes.
Among the people I have received there are 3 veterans.
Wonderful.
We will work and see that this becomes a success.
Of course it will.
In the name of Chukwu Abiyama.
You say. Let me now go to Barrister, please. Barrister, can you hear me on Viber?
Yes, Director. Good morning.
Good morning, and very crisp as well. Very crisp and clear. It's like you're standing here next to me. It's been a very tortuous journey, but Barrister will welcome you wholeheartedly. This program will not be complete without you. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Director, because you called me, so that's why it's clearer.
Very, very clean.
You
very
have more authentic equipment than I have. That's why.
I don't. Go ahead.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans. Director, I went out earlier, so that's why I didn't catch up earlier, because I went out to do some submissions, then I came back.
No problem. Go ahead.
I thank you all Biafrans, wherever you are listening to Director Onwa Buruburu, the only man who has it on his 2 shoulders to bring about the restoration of Biafra, and of course, including all of us worldwide. I think we have reached up to 90 countries now and counting. We thank you for everything, your support, your calling, your listenership, and also your prayers. Director, is it not subliminal for the Pope to come about after how many donkey's years to tell us there is no God? Are you sure this Pope is not Islam, pretending to be a Christian, trying to dash the hopes of every Tom, Dick, and Harry, those who believe in Chukwu Abiyama, in their own ways? Now, Pope, but Director, it's good that it's coming from Pope, because we're preaching here, telling our people, it starts sounding as if we are Antichrist. But we know what we are doing because we worship Chukwu Abiyama.
In truth and honesty.
But the Pope is now wading in.
Of course.
It's unfortunate for those Catholics and all the CMS or whatever you call them, that is not coming from a white man. Director will say to you, because he hasn't got fair hair and he's not a white man, that's why nobody's listening. Now, probably, they will come to the realization that what we are preaching here, Chukwu Abiyama, is always making manifestations in all that we talk here. You see, the white people made our people to believe that they are their God. And that's why they have posters everywhere, cross everywhere, which is what we call images. And we believe in them, photographs, pictures. Now, the Pope is now talking to you that there is no God. But we believe there is Chukwu Abiyama.
Of course.
It's up to them to believe or not to believe. We Biafrans believe, and the man who will bring us into particular restoration believes fervently that Chukwu Abiyama lives in heaven. And this we have even right from when we were born, before the advent of Christianity. We believe what we believe, and we know who we are, and we are who we are. And that's the way it's going to be. We cannot change our resolve in this particular corner. Director, was Rike my try? Listen, this is a drowning man trying to kill somebody who's been ordained. Director, you see, people can criticize, people can blackmail, people can even attempt to. But whoever God has blessed, all the curses will reverse and turn into blessings. This is the reality. You can gossip against anybody, try to bring your name into disrepute. It does not work. It won't wash. Because only few individuals are given the blessings, the gift of glory. And that glory, anybody attempting to defile it will defile himself, herself, or themselves, whichever way. We are here to restore Biafra. And we don't have any other objective, only to bring about the restoration of Biafra and to restore dignity to our men, women. Chibok girl has raised his ugly head again. Obama them. It's very shocking that the drone that landed, not only one, Director, two. We were told that Iran just called it. It was coming, they called it and called it down. And those two drones are in Iran. And now they want to reverse it. And that is what Obama is trying to achieve at the White House before he leaves. He wants to empower the Islamic nation to do even more destruction than they have ever dreamt of. But you know, the only heavenly spirit we refer to and respect to, Chukwu Abiyama, does his things in the way. Director, look at all these years, this particular point in time where we're trying to restore Biafra, there is quite a lot of revelations coming out from every corner for mankind to believe. Director, there is interference somewhere.
No, Charles, it's okay because here is too clear. It is too clear. So you pick up every sound and every noise. I can tell you that it is very clear. It's not from here. Please go ahead.
Right. This particular point in time, we're trying to restore Biafra, Director. Everything, revelation, hidden, are now coming out for us to know there is a touch of Chukwu Abiyama in what we are doing. In all these years, nobody has had. Then again, there was no Radio Biafra. Now, Radio Biafra is unveiling, excavating, uprooting certain things that nobody has ever dreamt of it or thought about it for it coming. But we are here now, and all the revelations are with us. Chukwu Abiyama has made it so easier for what we do here to be manifested. And that's why we are going to stand on this particular throne until the end comes. For we are Biafrans. Chibok girls, all of a sudden, is coming again because Buhari is elected. The terrorist, the jihadist, is here on in the zoo. And that's why all these things are coming back again. As you rightly said, Jonathan did not realize what was happening to him because of his foolishness, lack of coherency. And in fact, he didn't have that even articulation to know what is happening to him. He would just come and surrounded himself with all the Yoruba men and women. And look at where he landed him. No achievement for anything. Now he's opening his mouth, but there's nothing to say. What a shame. But Biafra, we are riding on. Our own brothers in the Izon area, I don't know if they are still sleeping or if they are marking time. There is a time you give somebody to rise up or you lay flat forever. That time is fast exceeding and it will expire very soon. They're either with us or they are not with us. But if they are with us, let them raise their hands and be counted. Because we are not here to pamper or play with anybody. We are here for a serious business to restore Biafra, and Biafra cannot be restored by playing with time or by stonewalling. We have to do it and do it proper. Please, my brothers, once again, those in the so-called South, you better wake up. I realize that the transmitter has not gotten to all the nook and crannies. Director Onweburu is doing his best to make sure that all of you receive the transmitter so that you will not give excuse when the time comes. And I trust what Director says, that's the way he carries out. Good morning once again to all of you. Director, I give way. Thank you.
That was the voice of the very eminent barrister accomplished in his field of law. And we welcome him anytime he, as I said earlier, without his voice, we are incomplete. But Barrister has come this morning, and of course, we are now complete. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. NNAMDI KANU.
Speaking, and so also is the world.
Okay, please, we know we're here. We are not hearing the radio anymore. What's the problem?
But somebody just emailed me now to say Owerri is on. They've just told me now. Yes, of course. They've just told me now that it is on. In fact, he said for very many days we've not had it, but now we are. This very morning, please. If anybody disagrees with me, you should please send us a message via WhatsApp on +44 78 08376. But I can tell you the word is on. That I can tell you. It is on as we speak.
Okay. Okay, sir. Please, I hope it's done because we want to ginger our voice. We want to ginger more and more.
Of course.
You know, when we hear your voice like this, it make us more. It give us more morale.
I know.
Yeah. Please, we want to hear it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. Of course, we are there. We are live and we are direct. And people must understand, please, always test your system to see if we are live before you call. Very, very important. We don't wish to give misleading impression. That is not very good. Doesn't augur well for our image, our reputation, and our consistency, which we pride ourselves on all the time. I have somebody on the line. Can you hear me? No, not at all. They are not paying attention. If you don't pay attention, please, I will disconnect you or discontinue with the conversation. I don't know. Do we have a caller at all on the phone?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Please, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Spain.
And what is your name? You're calling us from Spain. Which part of Spain are you calling from?
I'm calling from Valencia. My name is Kevin Makog.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Director, I'm so glad to speak to you. If you see the way I am here now, only me in the house. My family have gone out. We are trying you almost 1,000 times. Even 2 days ago, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are waiting. We did not hear from you, and we are afraid. Say, what is happening? Then I called Omimi or Sebu. So he told me that everything is fine. Then I relaxed. So along the line, I've been listening to what is going on in the radio, the previous message that is there. So, but what I want to say is that I want to speak to the whole Biafrans, anywhere they are. I want to shift their mind back to election period, because that is when I've been calling this Radio Biafra, but I could not get. But I know that one day I will go through. So I want to say something to this South. I want to let Jonathan to know something. You know, I'm here with my laptop, hearing from Radio Biafra, and I'm watching Ben television. When they are, speaking about the election, and people are talking and people are making contributions. So I'm watching them, and that television is Yoruba television. So I'm watching them. Then when they are talking, when somebody comes, speak good about Jonathan, the face of that guy will change. And when somebody comes speaking good about Buhari, you will be very happy. So along the line, I feel bad. So many times that he's doing that, I try to cut them off, but I feel bad because there's one thing I hate. I hate intimidation. I hate when you cheat. I hate when you are showing yourself that you are good, but whereas your heart is bad. So I get to know that these Yoruba people don't have any love for Igbo man. No matter what you do, they will not love you. So I know that they have come to take that throne from Jonathan. So I was very angry. And along the line, somebody called. I asked him, why is it that somebody is talking about Jonathan? Your face changed, and you cut him off so many times. But when they are talking about Buhari, you feel happy, and you will say yes, continue. So this happened like 3 times, 3 days. So I was very, very angry. I don't know what to do. Who will I call? Then I went to sleep. Around in the morning, I had a dream about this Biafra and Yoruba and Hausa. The intimidation, the way they are gathering, Yoruba and Hausa, they gather to take something that belongs to Biafran, and we are fighting. I never seen you before. I never get knowledge about you. I haven't heard of this Radio Biafra. But one thing I know, when LIKE is planning this thing, I was very happy when I'm in Greek. That I'm in Greece. So along the line,
Hello? My goodness me. Hello? It was very clear before. All of a sudden, it's gone. Are you there? No, it's gone. It's gone. It is gone, and he was in full flight. I pray he calls us back. The caller on the phone, Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, please.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Ahamefla Gift, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling
Gift.
you here
One of us. One of us. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Sir, I called to thank you very much for your good work, sir.
Thank you.
It has never been easy, but you are doing it.
Thank you very
I'm
much. Thank you.
thanking heaven because heaven has been protecting you. And I called to Wazirike since yesterday that I had this. I called him. He will never live to see Biafra. As long as God exists, Wazirike will eat his shit. Wazirike will never survive all this evil that is planning. He will never survive it. And I have seen where his own people, whom he always sent to do evil, killed him. Wazirike will die in the hands of those that he's feeding. Director, I also want to comment on, talk about these people saying they don't get this inquiry line. I want to beg them, they have to be patient. This line has always been busy. It can only be off when the battery is run. Once the battery is run, I'm charging it, I will just off it. Once it is on charge, people will keep calling and nothing, no single thing will come into the battery. That is the only time I know that this line will be off. They have to bear with me. They have to be patient. If you call and you did not get, please, they have to continue calling. They have to continue calling. As you can see, this is the same line that I'm using to call you now. And I want all of them to understand it, that patience is the key. They have to be patient, please. That is all I want to say. And I still want to bless you, Director. Many people called from Aja State yesterday, especially women. Women could not eat yesterday and day before yesterday night because they did not hear your voice. A woman called from Owerri. She said that she is 85 good years. Director, this woman was praying for you. This woman, nothing this woman did not say. She said that right from the when she was small till this 80-something years, that this 85 years is the only year she started hearing the truth. And she blessed you, Director. And I know that with all these prayers, Director, nothing will happen to you. Nothing will ever happen to you.
Course,
you must give us this Biafra because that is the reason why you are here. So, Director, I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will keep guiding and protecting you in all your endeavors until Biafra comes and beyond. Thank you very much, sir, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. I'm a full gift, and may Chukwu Abiyama also bless you immensely. I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have a caller on the line on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please. What is your name and where are you calling from? Sorry?
Radio Biafra. Is it Radio Biafra?
Of course it is, yes. We are live also. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mumbo.
Well, thank you very much. Go ahead.
My director.
Yes, please. Go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm happy to hear your voice this morning because I've been waiting where I would get this Radio Biafra. My mind is full of joy today because I'm talking to you directly.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I've been calling coordinator at Impo to give me the address so that I will follow an IPO so that I from Mr. Langwa. I will follow an IPO. I will follow I will follow my family member. I there at Impo here now. So I've been calling the coordinator at Impo so that he will send me the address and where we meet.
It's a very good thing you're doing, and keep calling them. I'm sure very soon they will answer. Exactly what Amefula Gift was saying. My number rings for 24 hours a day. If I leave the phone on, the battery will run down. Even if you plug it in, it will not charge. But I love it. People should keep calling. It's your radio station, so you have to keep calling all the time. We get calls from all over the world 24/7. That is why sometimes the line may be off. But keep trying, please, until you get hold of them. We welcome everybody who wishes to participate in this very great endeavor. The work we are doing is divine. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven is watching. And together we are going to restore his kingdom upon the face of the earth, that in the end, his will may be done here as it is in heaven. Thank you very much for that, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. I have a caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please. Can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please. Can you? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. Sometimes the lines are pretty bad. Very, very awful, but we have to keep soldiering on. We are in this. Somebody said your voice is not as strong and as sprightly as before. I said, no, it is the calm before the storm. That's all I can say. This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I have somebody on the phone. I wonder if you can hear me. No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. The time now is very close to, if I'm not mistaken, 8 minutes to 11 in the morning here on this very day. Unfortunately, Biafra is still part of the Zoological Republic, which we are trying to, of course, change. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
Okay. My name is Nana Inyaeze. I'm calling from Aba, but I'm indigenous of Aba State. That's Aba South.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, my director. May Chukwu Obiama bless you and your family and the other IPO all over the world. I'm thanking them all. May Chukwu Obiama bless them. Please, my director.
Yes.
We have problems in Aba South, mostly Igbo and other. If there is any Biafran functioning, we are not hearing it. Except as I'm coming to Aba now, I'm living now at Aba.
I know.
We can hear it.
I know.
And
we have. Hold on. We have commissioned. Our engineers are working round the clock to make sure that the relay stations for those areas are manufactured. And we are hoping for those of them that promised us that they will fund our relay stations to please come forward. They said that they will do so. We have already asked the engineers and they have built some of them. So we need to pay them and carry them and start to install in all these places. Very, very important. Our people must see that we have a very simple strategy. We want to use a multi-layer. People can see the way you feel when you don't listen to Radio Biafra. People get very excited and very, very upset about it. What we want to do is to be on television, on newspaper, to be on radio, and also FM and AM. So even if the zoo takes out one of our means of communication, the other ones will be working. Before they get to destroying another one, we have fixed the original one that they destroyed. So we want people to understand that our strategy is intact. What we want to do is to what I call the saturation with truth. Our only weapon is the truth, and Ebonyi South will also receive CHK very, very shortly. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our people are asking me, even I give them the number they will dial for the Radio Biafra. When I asked them, when they tried, they couldn't. They come ask me, how many, why is it so? I tell them, say, when I try and get you, director, then you will explain me how we, a boy state, can hear it.
Yeah, you will hear it in a boy.
Okay, I could remember during the Biafran war, from Amasi heading to Hapia, even only Okagwe, the war ended right from 79 to 70, right from 69 to 70. That's almost 1 year. While we have common boundary, a boy, that's Eda and Hapia. How strong our people tried during that time. 11 battalions. Even our people, our men were 11 battalions by then. They try as much as they could. It had it been as it is that other tribes during the war, Hausa, Fulani would have run away. Because our people tried a lot, both their ferret and even people who driving the ferret and the Saladin. Even in our bridge, all the ferrets and the Saladin are there dumping since that time. That I like our people to be hearing, and they are more interested, more than other people self, because we have suffered during the war, and we like Biafra to come at any time. Please, my director, try as much as possible. May Chukwu Obiama help you and your people abundantly. Thank you, my director.
He said, and I love it. I love the way you have spoken this morning. I love it immensely. And the Ebonyi South will get CHK very shortly. I know that for sure. My prayers for Chukwu Abiyama to touch those of you who have philanthropy at heart, who are charitable, to come forward to fund these relay stations that other people elsewhere may be able to get CHK as well. I have a caller on Skype. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Director.
Good morning to you, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Joe Fallis Igbo. I'm calling from London.
From London. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I come from Igbo in Biafra land.
Thank you very much. The world is listening. You may proceed, if you may.
Thank you, Director. I just want to ask who is a South person, because I mean everybody is concentrating on this attack thing and Dokubo. I mean we have callers from Yoruba, from Ibanke, from Bibio, from Efik, and from Port Harcourt, Igwacha. I mean, who then is a South we are talking about? I mean, I don't get it.
Maybe you should tell us who is, in your opinion, who is a South person? Can you tell us?
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking. People are saying we must get them along. Why did these other people? Are we taking the credit away from these other people? Just concentrating it on the Islam. Who then are the BBO, the EFIC, the Yoruba? I know they've all called, except there's some people. So are we saying the Zon, who is say John now, the only South people there? They say, oh, we must try and get them along and all these things. So I'm just asking. I don't get it. If these other people are calling us with us, we only concentrate. We're not giving them the credit. We're taking it away from them, saying we all we know is it because they carry the gun and the other people don't? Does it take away from?
No, it is not that. I believe that you're a Christian, as most of us are. But let me make one thing very clear to you, please. You know, even in the Bible, Yeshua, when he was here preaching his gospel, he said he will abandon the 99 other sheep to look for one. Is that correct? Do you remember that very? Is it parable or is it a part of? I think it was a parable. Yes. He said he will abandon the 99. He had a shepherd had 100 sheep in the flock, and one went astray or was about to be eaten by the lion. He had to abandon the 99 to go and look for one. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Because everybody is important. We're not looking for them because they are too important or extraordinary. No, we are looking because you don't want your family to be divided. Because united we stand very, very strong, and divided we fall. Very simple. That is all. It's not that sorry?
I realize that, Director, but understand that the rich man, when he divided his property, the prodigal son, insists of, divide it, let's say I want my own. The man said, okay, take yours, do whatever you want to do with it. He knowing fully well that this one is no good. The child left. The others was toiling. They were toiling. This one went away with his wealth, went and squandered it. The dad knows eventually the child will come back. And he did come back. He was very happy. But he didn't stop with the others. The others stuck with him and he stuck with them. And eventually this one realized, because eventually he realized that, oh, my savior now is only my family. Even if I go there and become a beggar and become a servant to them, I will do it. So if we, like you said, yes, I know that you leave the 99 to go after the 1%, fine. But then realize that you can take a horse to a stream. You cannot force a horse to drink the water from the stream. So if we are concentrating on this, it's on Ijaw people, right from the beginning, Adakaboro did the same. He went back to Nigeria after fighting after Nigeria. and they did kill him. So if somebody, you cannot say, oh, don't put your hand there in the fire, it will burn you, it will burn you. Eventually, you know it will burn you, you go and put your hand there, it will burn you. But then it's only you that will tell yourself, look, I think this what this person is telling me is the truth. Or I'll test it. If he burn me a little, then I'll realize the truth. So I think we have to sometimes give credit and say, oh, it's not actually Ijo, it's not South. You know, there are other people living there as well. After all, the territory did not spread to Akwa Ibom or Calabar or to Iguacha. It's only concentrated in Bayelsa. So my own understanding. I'm just trying to, you know.
I see your point. Of course, I see your point. But the fact of the matter is that we must try as much as possible to appear to have reached out to everybody. These people don't speak for... I'm in touch with many Ijo people on the ground. Many of them. Very many of them. These people, there is one thing that the Yoruba media does very well with the Hausa media. They never publicize you if you're any good. They're very clever people. They will never. If you come to them and say, oh, we're launching a Biafran football team, they'll write about it. Because they know football team cannot get you your freedom. If you say, oh, we're launching a Biafra badge, to wear badge, they will say, yes, it's all wonderful, all well and good. But any time that you speak the truth, they'll be against you. The reason why we highlight it is because these people are being written about in order to demoralize, in order to deflect our attention, in order to try to halt our advance, but they're not going to prevail. So we treat those issues when they raise them in order also to educate, inform, enlighten our people about the essence and the need for us to continue to forge ahead as one indivisible entity. That's what we're trying to do. And I'm sure that you God in heaven will grant us that very simple wish. I thank each and every one of you for having listened. We have been here for about 3 hours now, and I will ask you to remain very resolute and very, very strong. We are here. We're not going away. Sometimes you may not hear from us. It's because we are indisposed, doing something that you've asked us to do. But once again, we must remind everybody, on the day that the Pope have just literally said that there is no God, his big bang. And I asked the Pope, who lit the fuse that led to the bang? Chukwuabiama. Always there. You can never ever trace the source nor the end. That is why Ojinaza, Amama, Macha, you can never know everything. The white man that brought you Arose is claiming they know. Now they have common stock. Because in the end, the cream always rises to the top. The children of Israel, of Ethiopia, and of Biafra, the three chosen children of God. The triangle, the Holy Trinity. Without these people, you are lost. And without Radio Biafra, you are blind. Biafra, therefore, is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship Chukwuabiama, nobody else, because only him is God and worthy of praise. He will guide, bless, nurture, sustain, and keep each and every one of you and your families. But more importantly, Chukwuabiama will bless Biafra. Thank you very much for listening. And from me, from here, this very second...
triumphant from all our foes.